on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Tuesday, so you know we going live, man. You know what I'm saying? It's August the 19th. It's approximately 7:06 a.m. Eastern time. Got to get used to that Eastern Central Time difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here live right now on location in the state of Michigan. I've been in the state of Michigan for 8 days. Gonna talk about that in just a few seconds. Legal Wars Live is on the road on tour. This is actually the third tour, the fifth state that I've brought content from for over a 7 day period just this year. Amazing, unbelievable. In my personal life, man, I started taking out or looking, you know what I'm saying, at mortgages, about to buy a house, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed, man. I'm highly thankful. And just out here, man, at the pavilion, at the park, you know what I'm saying? It's raining out here. You can hear it in the background. You know what I'm saying? That makes it even better. No one's out here. It's like, you know what I'm saying? They came and opened the park up early, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got here, man, like 6:45. As soon as they opened it up, man, set up. The thing about it is not only am I outside different states by the lake recording great content, you know what I'm saying? It's that the content that I'm bringing is so important and it's so necessary. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the state of Israel. We're going to talk about the situation in Gaza with the Palestinians, with Hamas, and President Trump, tactically, strategically, politically, everythingly. We're going to talk about it, man. Going to get crunked up, got the whole park to ourselves, man. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, allow some people to come up in the stream. So if you're watching this after it was pre-recorded, you might want to fast forward about 2-3 minutes, give it a few minutes, allow some people to jump in, then we're going to get to cooking, man. Get to cooking. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, man. Pull up the live stream, man. I'm so ready for this live stream. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I see it. Oh, man. Let's see. I think this might be it. Guys, if you're watching this after it was pre-recorded, please, man, make sure y'all like the video. Need the support, man, and thank you for stopping by the stream. So welcome in. Thank you for liking. As you jump in the stream, y'all please like the video, double tap the screen for your boy. Subscribe to the channel, man. Got some great content to bring y'all today. It's so important what we're going to talk about. President Trump right now, he's navigating 2 wars in the world that he's trying to bring an end to. You know what I'm saying? Bringing an end to those wars will allow him to execute his agenda that isn't just about America. He want to bring peace and prosperity to the entire world. So we're talking about it today. Got some news stories today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all double tap that screen as y'all come into the live stream. Y'all give me about 60 more seconds, man. We're going to get started. Man, can y'all imagine how calm and relaxing, you know what I'm saying? Chilling by the lake, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here in Michigan. I'm not from Michigan. I'm from Mississippi. Lived in Texas the last 2 years, bro. It was, I'm talking about this time of the morning, bro, you already sweating. It's 95 degrees outside. So it's a blessing for me to be out here, man. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. Make sure as y'all come into the stream, y'all like the video for me, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying, guys? Legal Wars Live on tour from the state of Michigan, man. The title of the stream is Hundreds of Thousands of Israelis Protest the War. Is it time for President Trump to pressure Bibi Netanyahu to end the war? Guys, I want to say from the very beginning that I am a Christian and I'm independent. But as a Christian, I am biased towards Israel, towards the people of Israel. So we're going to talk about it this morning, okay? So guys, welcome to Legal Wars Live, our brand new live streams on tour, which is our third of the year. We started the year January through March, all throughout the great state of Texas, almost every city in which I did 3 interviews and recorded We the People, which is now uploaded to YouTube. And if you guys want to go check it out. Then in March, I went to Biloxi on the beach where I'm from, spent 3 years with the mom. During that time, when I was in Biloxi, I went to North Carolina and I recorded the 3rd version of The Pardon and the 4th version of Discover Your Passion. Yes, indeed. That's 2 vlogs in 7 days, and you guys could go watch them now. Went back to Biloxi, okay? Finished off the 3 months that I spent with my mom. And then July 15th, I headed to Tennessee for 3 weeks to record We the People 2, which is also available for you guys to view on YouTube. On that same Tennessee tour, which means this is our 35th day of the tour, I headed to Illinois, in which I stayed for 4 days, ending Illinois trips in Chicago, of course. Then I crossed into Indiana, went to the Indiana Dunes National Park, went to Notre Dame and South Bend. After those 4 days I spent, I've been in Michigan, man. 8 days I went to Lake Michigan, jumping from beach to beach. Then I finally touched down in the city I'm in right now. Been here for about 3 years. Still, you guys, beautiful content from outdoors all over America as I take the podcast on the road out here in the beautiful state of Michigan. I would be much closer by that lake, but of course you guys could see that it's raining right now. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into the content. So everyone, as y'all come into the stream, I ask that y'all like the videos, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell. Also, if you guys want your comment read, you want to start a conversation, thank you for that like. I see you down there. Thank you for that love early in the morning. Or if you guys want to donate to the channel, just hit that button with the $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Guys, y'all ready? Man, you know, every time we go live, man, I try to give y'all some kind of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I could do that this morning. God bless my words, you know what I'm saying? Especially talking about the nation of Israel, such a delicate subject. So I was very particular with my choice for the news source, but our source is the Times of Israel. You guys, if y'all know me, y'all know I like doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? Go straight to the horse's mouth. I mean, the New York Times, they got the information. They got boots on the ground. Probably, they'll throw boots on the ground, the big legacy media organizations. But I'm saying the Times of Israel, man, who knows better than them? That's their nation, their fight, their battle. Let's get into it. Pre-analysis. Before we get into the news story, I'm making it clear to everybody. This is my pre-analysis. What do I think, man? Guys, September marks a full calendar. We've been doing League Wars Live, and I started doing intros, but I stopped, but I'm doing a really short one today. What do I think? Here it goes. President Trump is extremely busy after meeting with Vladimir in Alaska, and he met with the Europeans and Zelensky yesterday, if you guys didn't know. That situation in Russia is complex. He's committed to ending that conflict just like this one in Israel. On top of that, President Trump has already attempted to end this war in Israel, and he has already brought hostages home. That is very key. Listen to me. And that's key to this complicated situation. So I know the people of Israel are really dependent on President Trump. Listen to me, that is key. The people of Israel are dependent and crying out to President Trump. I could play a YouTube video to show you that. And I commend President Trump for that. I'm saying listen, to have those people in that foreign nation to be saying, President Trump, help us, bring the hostages home. Bring them home. They weren't saying that when President Biden was president, was they? Let's be real. As an independent who supported VP Harris, who never supported President Trump, were the Israeli people by the hundreds of thousands in the streets screaming for President Trump to bring the hostages home, or President Biden. No, they were not. Let's be real. But they are with President Trump. People calling out for help. And how he responds. And they know he will help them. But it's going to take some time. J4, what's up? What's up? Good morning. As you guys come into the stream, J4, make sure y'all double tap that screen for your boy. Like the video if you guys have not already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. And you're welcome, sir. We hadn't even gotten into the content. That is my analysis. But we're going to get into the content right now. So, guys, here's the story straight from the Israeli Times, okay? Hundreds of thousands of people crowded in central Tel Aviv on Sunday night, capping a nationwide day of protest. What? What in the world have hundreds of thousands of Jews coming to protest? I told you I got a bias. I'm a Christian, man, and I believe the Jewish people, the Hebrew people, are God's chosen people. The people are his chosen people. Netanyahu, he is the leader of the people. But I'm saying the people is who I focus on with that bias, okay? They're calling on the government to end the war in Gaza and secure the release of the hostages held there by Palestinian terrorists. Oh, yeah. So the Israeli people, the Hebrew people, are calling on their government, their own government, to end this war. The rally in Tel Aviv appeared to be one of the biggest since the war began nearly 2 years ago. And according to the Hostages and Missing Families Forum, was attended by 500,000 people. Though there is no official police estimates for the crowd size, I want y'all to understand something. The state of Israel got about 10 million people in it. Am I right or wrong? Let's see if Ghost right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Ghost need to fact check that, don't he? What's up, Eichel? Ghost need to fact check that, don't he, before we go on? Let's see if I'm right or wrong. So what we looking for, Ghost? We looking for how many people are in the state of Israel. Okay? How many people live in the state of Israel? Because you're talking about a rally with 500,000 people, bro. That is a ginormous rally. How many people live in Israel? Let's see real quick, guys, okay? Let's see how many. 9.44 million people. 9.4 million people live in Israel. And according to the Israeli Times, that there's a rally in Israel attended by 500,000 people. That's over a 20% of your entire nation's population at this one rally. That's a lot of people, man, for a nation with less than 10 million people. The forum also estimated that some 1 million people had taken part in protests across the country throughout the day. You got to listen to me. President Trump, that's got to get your attention. 1 million people out of 9.4 million people. That means 1 in 9 Israelis are protesting this war. 1 in 9. Not saying that 1 in 9 are against it. I'm sure it's way more than that, much more. Because how many of us be against stuff that happened, but we don't go out there and protest? That's what I'm saying. If that many people are protesting in a nation that doesn't have as many people, 1 million people in America would get President Trump's attention immediately. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. 1 million people protesting in a country with 9 million. That's almost everybody, literally, man. So you understand this. There ain't no opposition against Bibi Netanyahu. We talking about the entire nation of Israel saying stop the war. Why they want to stop the war? Let's see if the Israeli Times lets us know, okay? So protests across the country throughout the day as protest groups and organizations join forces to stage a major day of civil disobedience after the cabinet voted earlier this month to conquer Gaza City, despite warning by top security officials that this war would endanger the hostages. So the problem is why the people are protesting, because they're against the government taking over Gaza City. Okay. Other major protests took place in Jerusalem, Haifa, Beersheba, and several smaller cities, with demonstrators blocking roads and highways demanding that an end to the war be reached. Before Sunday night's massive rally began, at least 38 people had been arrested across the country as activists blocked streets and in some cases clashed with officers who had been trying to reopen them, according to police. You might want to say, hey, why do you think they want to end the war? You know what I'm saying? You saying, Ghost, why do the people want to end the war? Have you guys heard about the war in Israel? President Trump said that when he got elected, he was going to bring that war to an end. And this is no knock on President Trump. So if anybody came in this stream thought I would be knocking President Trump today, you sadly mistaken. Because President Trump, I would give President Trump a triple A plus on the effort he has put forth to end both of those conflicts. And you can't say that effort is not there. The American people are watching. He has to be successful in his endeavors. It is necessary not only for him to be successful, for him to execute his plan to bring peace and prosperity across the entire world, but he has to be successful in his endeavors because he promised the people he was going to bring those wars to an end. We're going to talk about that. Make sure you guys are in the stream. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. JF says, I love you. I love you too. I love every last one of y'all. Thank you guys for that. Y'all, let's keep going though with the content. Okay, so after the rally, police said 6 more had been arrested after hundreds disrupted public order, clashed with cops, and blocked the city's Alon Highway. That road and all other roads were reopened to traffic, police added. The day of protest came alongside a major strike, which was joined by hundreds of local authorities, businesses, universities, tech companies, and other organizations through Israel's Central Labor Union, the Hastadrut did not join the effort. Guys, listen, all that's saying pretty much is that, man, it's not just people. It's not just people who are like anti-war people. You know, you remember like the hippies during the Vietnam War. It's not just a bunch of young people who's speaking out against the government. These are businesses. These are universities. These are organizations that's saying that this war is hurting us. We've seen the Palestinians and the Palestinian children on TV starving. Those are horrible images. And I think that hurts Israel's image on the world stage in the long run. I don't see how you can argue with that. We've seen those images. That's one thing. You see what I'm saying? If I'm looking at a war that's being fought in Israel, you got to start back with Joe Biden was president, man. You got to go through the whole countdown, the whole timeline of the situation. Joe Biden was in president, a U.S. serviceman. He set himself on fire. How many people in the stream remember that? Y'all get down in the comments, man. Get active this morning. We've been streaming for 20 minutes. I know it's early and everything. You know, people got to jump up in the stream. Y'all, let's get it cracking. How many of y'all remember when President Biden was president, a U.S. serviceman literally set his whole self on fire, protesting the war, saying that it was a genocide? You fast forward past that. And I'm saying we up to today where we seen Iran get bombed. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon. Their military is basically decimated. It's going to take a while for them to rebuild, reestablish. But Netanyahu's still fighting the war, and we're going to find out why Netanyahu's fighting the war, why he say he want to still fight the war. But regardless of what I get to say why he's saying he still want to fight the war, what I'm saying is it has to be because he thinks that he needs to further decimate Hamas. He says he wants to take over Gaza City, but the people of Israel, and when I speak about God's people and saying the people of Israel, they say, no, we don't want to take over Gaza City. We don't want to do that. They say we want to end this war and bring the hostages home. That's what the people are saying. So I'm saying, if you're saying you support Israel, whose side are you on this morning? Let me ask you that. It's complicated. It's very complicated. But I'm saying if you can't handle complicated situations, don't try to speak on them. I handle complicated situations. That's what I do. I litigate cases. So let me explain this to you and ask you a question again. If you said that you are for protecting God's people are saying they do not want to fight that war. So what do? Whose side are you on? Guys, I ask that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Open Eyes, J4, Oka, Asanta, JF, thank y'all for being here. Y'all make sure y'all have liked the video, you know what I'm saying? Guys, as well, if you guys want your comment read, or if you want to start a conversation, if you want to donate to the channel, just hit that button with the $ in it below, and your donations are much appreciated. Open Eyes says Gaza is talked about in the Bible. Yes, indeed. Let's get back to the content, guys. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for participating in the chat. Y'all get that chat jumping. What y'all think about the situation? Addressing the crowd of hundreds of thousands at the rally of Hostages Square in Tel Aviv. The fathers of 2 of the hostages accused the government of abandoning their sons in captivity for political reasons. Bro, this is a nightmare situation for Bibi Netanyahu. It could be navigated. Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, it could be navigated correctly to where he can achieve his goals, and at the same time, the people, satisfy the people. The hostages have to be brought home. But what I'm saying is that a crowd of hundreds of thousands in a nation of less than 10 million accused the government of abandoning their sons in captivity for political reason. Got them calling out to President Trump. Man, that is not good, man, at all for any politician. Ofar Balavasaki father of hostage, Ram Lavasaki, said that he is watching his son waste away and can do nothing about it. Videos of Ram and hostage, Avatar David were released last week in which they appear emancipated and deeply distressed. The entire country saw, all of the leaders saw, but the cabinet chose to expand the war and abandon them. But Lavazaki said, my Ram has no time. The hostages have no time. You got to wake up, man. We got to wake up. I don't care what nobody say. It's time to end this war. President T, baby, it's time to end this war, man. I know President Trump is busy. Like he done got with Putin, and then he done got with the Europeans and Zelensky, and then he got to come back and he gonna get with Putin, and he's trying to get them together, and he's trying to end the war. And I commend you, President Trump, for fighting for peace. But in Israel, it's the same situation. The people are saying it's time to end the war. Listen, like I said, man, look, there's a scripture in the Bible says, if you believe in protecting Israel, the homeland, the people, Jerusalem, the scripture says, God says he told his people, those are his people. He said that if you see your enemy hungry, to feed them. We seen the Palestinian children starving, ribs showing. We talking about that is not cool, bro, at all. But that's one thing, though. You know what I'm saying? As a person who believes in human rights, who believe in speaking up and fighting for the rights of the people, like that's me just, you know, come on, man. We got to feed them Palestinian children. We can't let them go hungry like that. That's one thing. But when you got over a million Israelis, your own people, who will come out in the streets, organizing with businesses, with universities, you see what I'm saying? Hostages, their parents saying that they're just leaving their children in for political reasons. Watching his son waste away. The cabinet chose to expand the war and abandon my children. To my beloved Ram, stay strong, please. We love you, he added. Man, that is unbelievable, bro. And that's the situation on the ground in Israel. Brooklyn Boss says the Bible was not talking about Israel's politicians. Yes, I understand that. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Look, I'm going to pin that comment. And if you guys want to talk about this, like, that would be excellent. Okay? Look, that's what I'm trying to tell people, what he just said right there. Like, if we talk about for a person, you got to think about the support for Israel is not as strong as you think in America. Listen, look, I'm going to look it up. Let's look it up right now. How many American voters support Israel? We're going to look at the voters. Let's look at something. I'm finna show you something. How many American voters support Israel? Let's look. I'm looking for a number, like a percentage. Okay? Let's see. Look, this was, hold up. I got a couple of them. So I got a March the 6th one that says less than half. I got one June the 20th. Look at this. Listen to me. This is important. That's what I'm saying, Brooklyn Boss. This is so important if you care about this. If we're talking about supporting Israel, they don't understand that this war is not in support of Israel. Okay? This is a Newsweek story. It was published on June the 12th, 2025. I'll give y'all guys the title if y'all want to look it up. American sympathy for Israel reaches an all-time low in a new poll. On October the 7th, 2023, Hamas led an attack killing Israel, killing 1,200 and abducting 251 people. So that's the basis of Netanyahu's argument. Israel has said 58 hostages remain in Gaza. Trump has said 21 remain alive. Israel has since launched an offensive on Gaza, killing more than 54,000 people. Netanyahu said that's the cost of war. But this is what I want to, this is the main thing that I want to get to you, okay? So we're looking at how many people are supporting this war, okay? Although sympathies are shifting, more Americans are still sympathetic to Israel. 37%. That's according to a Quinnipiac poll, which surveyed 1,265 voters. So that's 37% are sympathetic, but you have 63% of the voting population who are not sympathetic towards Israel's cause. That is humongous. That's in America, okay? So you have the majority of Americans who aren't sympathetic to Israel's cause, and now you have the Israeli people themselves saying to end this war. So I'm saying, where are we confused at? I'm looking for the confusion. The only problem we have with the confusion is the leader, one leader, Prime Minister Netanyahu, and his cabinet, who says they want to expand the war. Because I'm looking at what the people say. What kind of government does Israel have? Yeah, boy, we looking up everything. We not guessing and speculating. It's been 1 year since I've been on the live stream, so I'm giving y'all facts. Look, what kind of government does Israel have? Let's see if the people have a voice in Israel's government. What type of government does Israel have? Look it up for y'all real quick, okay? A unitary parliament republic. Okay, so let's say, what role does the people play in Israel's government? Let's do it like that. Because I already know the answer to the question. What role does the people play in Israel's government? In Israel's government, the people play a crucial role through participation in elections. Citizens vote to represent the Knesset, the Knesset, which is the legislative body. It consists of 120 members, and elections held to determine their composition. Israel's government is very similar to America. So the people should have a voice. Prime Minister Netanyahu, what I'm saying is I understand you not being as concerned with the people of America opposing the war, because that's more of President Trump's problem. And y'all could just use, y'all could just use people to try to convince the Americans and the American leadership and the American government why it's important to continue this war. I understand that, okay? You're trying to convince the American government, the Israeli government, why it's important to continue in this war. My issue. The American people for Bibi Netanyahu might not be a problem. It might be a problem for President Trump or the American Congress when the elections come up, which I seriously doubt, because people don't really care about this war as much. But what I'm saying for Bibi, man, that is a problem for you if you have the majority of your nation opposing the war. And I'm saying if you got 9 million people in your country, 9.4 million people in your country, and you got over 1 million people protesting the war, that's the majority of the nation protesting. Gerald says it's a part-held boss that gave more rights and privileges to those considered Jewish while restricting those same rights for Palestinians. Listen, I understand that, man, and I understand that is a fight for the Muslim cause. For Muslims across the world, that's their fight. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not here to support a Muslim fight, though. That's not what this support is. These are Israeli people. Israeli Times. Let's get back to the story. Yahida Cohen, father of hostage Nimrod Cohen. These are Israeli people. Gerald, these are Israelis. They echoed the accusations against the Israeli government, saying we're living under a terrorist organization that refuses to give back our children for political reasons. He said a prime minister, Bibi Netanyahu's government. That's the Israeli people. I understand what you're saying, Gerald, and the Palestinians and fighting their causes and everything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Israeli people who are saying to end this war. And not just the hostages' families. We talking about over 10% of your population in the streets. 10% of your population in the streets. Mr. Cohen said, my son Nimrod is suffering so that the government can build settlements in Gaza. And I refuse to let him be sacrificed on that altar. Mr. Cohen continued. This is the Israeli people. Mr. Netanyahu, you have to hear the cries of the people, because I can assure you that God hears the cries of his people. You want to look tough, you want to look strong, but it does not look good on the world stage. Do not make Israel look like a bully. I know the end of the story, man. I'm trying to help you out. If I didn't know the end, I might be saying kick him in the teeth. But I know the end of the story. You're going to make Israel look like a bully. It's one thing to have all of the Europeans against you. Russia is preoccupied. China is preoccupied. They all eyeing that war over there. So Bibi had his opportunity. Bibi, you took your opportunity. You smashed them. But now the people, your people, Mr. Netanyahu, your people, I want to emphasize, Bibi, you kind of in a situation, because if any nation has a government where the people are supposed to be speaking, I could look at America, and if we took a poll, the majority of Americans would say to end this war in America. That's President Trump's position already. He said that when he first got elected. So like I said, this ain't no knock on him, because he's made the attempt to do it, and he's going to come back to it. He's really busy. That's one thing. But when you your own people, Mr. Netanyahu, that's what I'm saying. He's saying that his son Nimrod, this is a Jew, this is a Hebrew who's over there in Israel, uniting with over 1 million people, a tenth of your population, saying that his son Nimrod is suffering, that the government can build settlements in Gaza. That's what Mr. Yehuda Cohen said. I didn't say that. That's what Mr. Cohen said. He a Hebrew and he a Jew. That's what he said. Who want to argue with that? That's my question. Mr. Cohen, who's a Hebrew and a Jew, said that his son Nimrod is suffering. This country won't return to normality until the hostages are returned in a comprehensive deal and the war ends, he said. If the Netanyahu government isn't willing to do this, then they should quit and allow someone more responsible to do this. What's up, Omar? Omar, he's talking to Gerald McCain. He said Christians are one of the world's most dominant religions. They are not a minority. Buddhists are maybe. Omar, you are definitely correct. I would say that you could say maybe the Jewish people, because it's not as many Hebrews. It's only 10 million of them worldwide. You know what I'm saying? They might be kind of like a minority as far as in the world religion. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in protecting the Jewish people. I believe in protecting Israeli people, Omar. But the Israeli people, if you want to protect them, Mr. Netanyahu, Prime Minister, they saying in this war. They saying that you just want to get Gaza settlements and you making the people suffer. Not only Palestinians, you making them suffer for that. You making Israeli people, the Hebrews, suffer. That's what Mr. Cohen said. I didn't say that. And he joined by over 1 million voices that not only saying that, Because a lot of people voice their opinion in their homes. Not only are they saying that, they are getting in the streets and saying, "In the war. In the war." Let's see what your support is. The Europeans are preoccupied, but if they were not preoccupied, they would say, "In this war." Who else has a voice in this? Russia. Russia preoccupied. Me, you, and everybody who know anything about geopolitics know if Putin wasn't fighting that war, there's no way in the world BB would have did that or America would have did that to Iran. But that's what happened, BB. You got up. If you look in America, at the American people, the ones who pick the politicians, you got to pay attention to that because they're picking the people in power. And if the people, over 60% of the people say that they are against this war, that would bring a whole lot of pause to me and how I move forward. Because they're going to, if it ever becomes a problem in America to where it's a main issue, then you know the American people are going to select a politician who is not for that war and probably is against Israel. And it looked like the Israeli people are heading in that direction too. So why would BB want to keep the war going? That's the question. The brain says, why are you calling the Europeans in the Middle East Jews in reference to the Bible? I'm not calling the Europeans Jews. I'm talking about how the Europeans and their government, how they feel about this situation, the role that they're playing in this situation. How do the Europeans feel? They play a big role on the world stage. You seen it yesterday with President Trump and Zelensky. Why didn't Zelensky just come to the White House by himself? President Trump said, okay, I'm going to go meet Putin in Alaska. He said, okay, then I got to meet up with Zelensky. I'm going to talk to both of them, trying to bring them together, right? But why do Europeans come too with Zelensky? To show support. So their voice matters in these situations. That's why I said the Europeans, sir. Okay? So let's keep going, okay? There was a video, okay, that was pertained by the IDF during operations, the video of Mr. Cohen's son, Nimrod, who's being held in captivity by Hamas, which is a Palestinian organization who stand opposed to Israel, okay? The video, which was obtained by the IDF during operations in Gaza, was said to be from several months ago, with some reports even suggesting the video was from the beginning of the war. Okay, let's keep going. Following the screening, Matan's mother, Einav Zangauker, addressed the crowd. "My Matan, my hero, I'm so proud of you. How have you stayed strong for 681 days? Continue to stay strong." They want those people to be brought back. You know what I'm saying? Gerald says, I'm not saying Christians are a minority. I was saying anti-war movement is minority in Israel. Let's see. So, Gerald, let's pin your comment and let's see if that's factual. Okay. Is the anti-war movement minority or majority in Israel? Omar, what you say? Jeffrey, the brain, what you guys say? Is anti-war movement in Israel a minority or majority? Okay. Now, the information I got right here is, let's see. I want to get as close to 2025 because you got to make sure when you read the story, you know what I'm saying? You might get a story from the anti-war movement. Look, so I pulled that up. Is the anti-war movement a minority or majority? The first story was NPR, and that was from January 2024. I got another story from May of 2025. You know what I'm saying? A story from May 21, 2025. And Gerald, this is what I want to read to you. When you research stuff, you got to research it fully. You know what I'm saying? I don't research this stuff, but I'm doing it right now for y'all, okay? This is according to BBC, right? This is according to the BBC. This is May of 2025. Okay? As Israel, this May, June, July, August, September. May, June, July. That's been about 2-3 months. As Israel war in Gaza, enters a new violent phase, a growing number of voices within the country are speaking out against it and how it's being fought. So in May, they seen a growing number. I bet you it wasn't 1 million to go into the streets. You see what I'm saying, Gerald? That's how we look at things. You don't have to know. In politics, when you're dealing with politics, you don't have to know 0.12 fraction of a number to be precise with what you're saying. Because it's always about movements. It's always about momentum, okay? The majority of the people were for the war. I agree with you 1,000%. That's the only reason why BP keep it going, because the majority are for it. In any kind of representative democracy where the people are choosing the leaders, you feel that? So the majority of the people may have been for the war, but according to this BBC article in May, it says, as Israel's war in Gaza enters a new violent phase, a growing number of voices within the country are speaking out against it. That's in May. You got June and you got July. So within 45 days, they went from speaking out against it to over 1 million people. You got to remember, Omar and Gerald, that's 1/10 of their population. 1/10 of their population is in the streets now. So yeah, if I look on the internet and it's just like a census. It's just like a census in this situation. You got to understand that in the census, you need more precise numbers though. But it's just like a census, bro. What year is this? This is 2025. Am I right or wrong? So in 2025, you can't tell me you're not going to get an exact number in the census because the population has expanded or decreased. Does that make sense to you? So it's the same thing if you're saying the majority of the people supported that war. You are correct. The majority of the people did support that war. And then you get to May, and people start growing against it, like this BBC article said. And then you get to today, where 1/10 of your population is in the streets. You cannot tell me if you could get 1/10 of America to go protest something that the majority of the nation is for, because there's a lot more people who are against it who will never go out there and protest. Omar, will you ever go out there and protest? How many people in this stream, Gerald, would you ever go out there and protest? Some of y'all might, but I'm saying I never went out there in person and protested. Does that make sense to you? So what I'm saying to you is that if you never, are you a kind of person who will never go out there and protest, which the majority of people are, that doesn't mean you are for or against something. If you have 1/10 of the people who are so animated about the situation, 1/10 of America would mean that 30 million people, 35 million people are in the streets protesting. 1/10 of America's population. If you compare this situation with the protests in Israel and you compare that numbers wise, per capita wise with America, that's so important to me. Those numbers are important to me. Precise numbers. Because you have over 1 million people protesting and you have 9.4 million people. So if you compare that to America, that would be like a situation where we estimate that over 35 million Americans are in the streets. Omar, if we got 35 million Americans in the streets, I could 1,000% guarantee you that that situation has the undivided attention of the American president, and that no one is for, or the majority of the people are not for, whatever that situation is. That's how movements get started. That's how revolutions get started. When you can amass that many people, bro, that's something. BB, I can't say if you say now, if you look at an article and say, do the majority of the people support the Israeli war? Those articles are for 2024. Look at an article asking that question that was published since July. Because that million people in the streets, and I don't think they done yet, that million people in the streets is an explosion to where that pendulum swung the other way. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going with the content. So my soul hurts. This is a mother of one of the hostages of the Hebrews, okay? Her son is being held by Hamas. She says, my soul hurts and burns for longing for you. She said, adding that the government has turned this war, this just war. So she called it a just war, but she said that they turned this just war into an endless war. This is the Israeli time. I might not know the particulars of the Israeli government or politics, and you might say that that's a liberal paper. It might be, who knows? But what I'm saying, liberal or not liberal, anywhere in the world, where can Bibi Netanyahu? We're not talking about the people of Israel, because myself and many of Christians across the world, not just America, you see what I'm saying? Many of Christians. We talking about conservative Christians. We talking about hardline believers that support Israel, okay? Now, Omar, let's talk about these people. That support is there. But I'm saying Bibi Netanyahu, from a political government standpoint, not the people of Israel. Because if you take away the support of the people of Israel, I guarantee you nearly 80, nobody in the world will support what Bibi doing. Why you can't see that? The reason why he getting the support he getting now, besides them attacking, because I'm saying they attacked and they killed Israeli citizens, and he pretty much decimated them. Bibi got goals in this situation that he's had for decades of years. It's been many of presidents that Bibi has discussed getting rid of Iran's nuclear capabilities. How many of us understand this? So, Bibi, that's like you achieved a career goal by getting America to take out their nuclear capabilities. That was a career goal you achieved. You done decimated Hamas. Now you got the Palestinian people and the children starving, and it's then got to the point where you got your own people are turning against you. Bibi, I think it's going the wrong way for you, bro. And President Trump, now he preoccupied with Russia, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Completely preoccupied. Secretary Rubio, completely preoccupied. They're trying to bring an end to that war. But President Trump is coming back to this situation, 10,000%. And I'm saying when he come back, Bibi, I don't see, there's no way in the world he's going to support you continuing this war. I don't see it. Omar says, I would protest, and I have before. You see what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who would protest, who would hit the streets. But then there's a lot of people who wouldn't hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who would, but there's a lot of people who would. That's what I'm saying, Omar. You might have a lot of voting age people who are over 60 years of age who, for health reasons and obvious reasons, they wouldn't go in the public and protest, but they feel just like the other million people who out there protesting. When you get a movement like that, that's dangerous. You get people that attach to the movement who don't even know the situation. They just know that everybody is against stopping the war. When you start getting the Israeli people to do that, you got to pay attention to that, Bibi. I know that got your full attention. If they at Harvard protesting against the war, that's one thing. If they at Cambridge, the pond, protesting against the war, that's closer to you, but that's one thing, man. That's not America. That's the Europeans. That's the English. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying when they in Israel, when they in Tel Aviv, and they saying the same thing, it's like they support Hamas now. I'm supporting Hamas. These are the Israeli people. I'm saying we got to wake up here now. This is the Israeli people. As a Christian, I'm saying I'm for God's people, right? And you got millions over there, and you got a few hundred people in the government. So as a Christian, whose side I'm finna be on? Whose side am I on, y'all? Tell me now, whose side am I on as a Christian? I got millions of God's people who are saying, stop this war, and I got a few hundred government people who want to keep it going. You tell me, man. You tell me. That's what I'm saying. If you can't do a complicated situation, because you a Christian, you just listening to BB saying he want to keep fighting. And while he want to keep fighting, he finna destroy his whole country, the whole world against it, including his own people. It's time to end the war, man. That's what your people saying. We don't have a worthy government. Zangauker, Zangauker. It's a female, Zangauker. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name, but I'm spot on with this analysis. We don't have a worthy government, but we have the most worthy nation in the world. That's what she said. And I'm agreeing exactly what she's saying. I'm not saying that about the worthy government. I'm not speaking on what we're going to get to Bibi Netanyahu's side. I'm just being real particular about telling you guys why I'm standing 10 on saying it's time to end this war. Supporting God's people, because God's people are saying it's time to end this war. Like Miss Zangauker, she says we don't have a worthy government, but we have the most worthy nation in the world. She says we demand a comprehensive deal and an end to the war. We demand what we deserve, our children, and we will continue to demand it until we get it. Also at the rally, organizers, this is according to the Israeli Times. For those of y'all who just came into the stream, y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen. If y'all in here, Shim, I see you in here, baby. Gerald, make sure y'all like the video for me, subscribe to the channel, and y'all let y'all voices be heard. Israeli Times, at the rally, organizers screened a video in which several released hostages beseech U.S. President Donald Trump to end the war and bring the hostages home. Mr. Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, if I could speak to you directly, what I would say to you as a leader, my primary goal is to protect my people. Go. Thank you for saying that, because that's what I'm doing. I'm protecting my people, but I want to get rid of Hamas. My primary goal is, so this is what I'm saying, Mr. BB, we're going to get to you saying get rid of Hamas. But this is what I'm saying, though. I'm saying your people are calling out to another leader. Listen to me. Your people are calling out to another leader for help. Imagine President Trump is the president, and you got the people of America calling out to the Canadian Prime Minister for help. Or President Trump is the president, and you got as your primary goal, that would, bro, that's an insult. That has to be an insult. I don't care if you don't view it as an insult. It has to be an insult. These people are asking President Trump for help in Israel, and it's Netanyahu's people. They don't think you competent, BB. They want to bring the hostages home. They don't think you competent. BB, if I work for you, I could tell you how you keep fighting that war and you could get them hostages free. But I don't work for you. But I can tell you how to do it, BB. If you ask the people that know me, they know you. I'm a pretty sharp guy, man. And while I was doing this, probably like 8 or 9 p.m., last night, while I was preparing this content, man, I had thought about, man, BB could do A, B, or C and get them hostages home and still fight the war he want to fight. But I'm saying on the world scene, BB, you are hurting the state of Israel's name. You know what I'm saying? Look, so former hostages who addressed the president, talking about President Trump, these are Israelis in English. They're speaking in English to President Trump, Israelis. This is a bunch of names, y'all bear with me. Nema Levy, Ohad Ben Doron Steinbarker, Sarah Travana, Arbal Yehon, and Ir Horn, all of whom were released in the last hostage deal, which ended in March, in addition to Michael Lubanov, the wife of Alex Lubanov, who was kidnapped alive and murdered by his captors in August of 2024, with his body returned to Israel days later. Thank you, President Trump, for bringing us home, says Levy. Every bullet, every strike puts them in danger, added Torova, of the danger posed by continued military action to the remaining hostages. You have the power to make history, to be the president who made peace, ended the war, ended the suffering, including my little brother, Horn said. Bro, you would think that they would be talking to Bibi Netanyahu. This is his people, but his people are calling out to the American president, President Trump. Gerald says modern Israel isn't biblical Israel. It's like me calling my boy Jesus and demanding you worship him as Lord and Savior. Gerald, I'm not too sure about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you have a opportunity to speak your opinion, man, but that's one opinion that I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that, man. I don't disrespect God at all. You know what I'm saying? If Muslims pray to Allah, which just is a translation of God, you know what I'm saying? It's the Hebrew God they praying to, you know? But I'm saying if a Buddhist or someone else was praying to a God that isn't the Hebrew God, I would never like somebody's deity. That should be the most important thing to them, is their deity. You know what I'm saying? You insulting their religion, it to me should be off table. You assaulting their race or their disability or something like that. I mean, come on, man. That's just not what we do, okay? So I'm gonna keep going with the content according to the Israeli Times. After the speeches, hundreds of people marched to the nearby Likud party headquarters, where they lit a bonfire and clashed with police. Police stopped the demonstrators from reaching the entrance of the Mazada and Zeev building, and videos posted to social media show officers jostled violently with demonstrators who were banging drums and chanting slogans against the government. All in all, man, it is not a good scene for Bibi Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I'll keep going with the content, man. My biggest question for this whole situation is what's the real motivations for Mr. or Prime Minister, I should say, Bibi Netanyahu, to continue that war? What's his real motivations? You know what I'm saying? So let's dig a little deeper and look and see. So this information is according to Reuters, and it was reported December of 2024. I know that's a little bit older, but follow what I'm saying. Okay, so Mr. Netanyahu was indicted in 2019 on charges of robbery, fraud, and breach of trust, all which Netanyahu denies. We got to stop right there. Stop right there. What did he just say, man? I know he didn't just say what he just said. Ghostwriter, back that up and read that. Back that up and read that. Reuters must be lying, bro. You know they be lying. They got a reputation for lying. What'd he say? Reported December of 2024, Netanyahu was indicted in 2019. Nah. So let me put that choice in front of you again, and let's see what you gonna say. Let's see if you a corrupt person, or you got a corrupt mind, or you have enough understanding and wisdom to see this picture. Okay? So you got a choice to pick between the Jewish people. I'm still saying the majority of the people are starting to turn against the war. You have a choice to pick between the Jewish people, the voice of millions, versus the voice of a few leaders, government leaders. Knowing, good morning, Mr. Patrick, how you doing, sir? Knowing when you have this choice, knowing that Bibi Netanyahu has been indicted on charges of robbery, fraud, and breach of trust. His trial began in 2020 and involves 3 criminal cases. He denies all charges and has pled not guilty. That is so interesting. 2020, that's a long trial too. So Mr. Netanyahu is continuing the war longer than it should be continued. Me personally, how I feel about Mr. Netanyahu, I don't have nothing against Bibi. I think he's done a great job at keeping Israel protected in a dangerous neighborhood. That's what I think about Mr. Netanyahu personally. This isn't about anything personal. This is about the people saying to stop that war, and why can't we stop this war? Because look, if you ask me and you say, okay, what is his reason? My reason, I would say what he said. Without even reading what Bibi's reason is for continuing the war, I could tell you why I would say he would continue it. Because we keep having this same problem with the same Muslims, so I'm trying to end this for good while I have the opportunity. That's what I would answer why he keeps to continue the war. That's what he said in so many words, in his words. But when you add in it that he's been indicted, robbery, fraud, and breach of trust. Bibi's been indicted just, bro, this ain't really funny, but Bibi has been indicted just like Putin. So Bibi and Putin, let's look this up real quick before I tell you this so I could be right. So Bibi indicted by World Court. Let's see what I come up with. International Criminal Court has publicly indicted 79 people. 73 people, okay. Netanyahu. Netanyahu. Yes, indeed. Allegedly responsible for war crimes of starvation as a method of warfare and intentionally direct an attack against the civilian population. Crimes against humanity of murder, persecution, and other humane acts from at least October 8th, 2023 until May of 2024. That's Bibi Netanyahu, International Criminal Court. You say, why you care about the International Criminal Court? Because that means that he can't just go anywhere in the world. The world is against you, man. And Mr. Netanyahu, the world is against you if you want to protect your people. If your ultimate goal is to protect your people, I believe that you are protecting them by bringing an end to this war. If I think of, let me continue. If I think of, because I stopped this thought, the reason why Bibi want to continue the war, in my opinion, Bibi, I just look at the history of the situation. The Crusaders, which is basically the Christians or the Jews, or a combination of the Christians and the Jews, have been fighting the Muslims for thousands of years. And I think, Bibi, if you get rid of Hamas, the only thing that's going to happen within 10 years is going to be Bamas or Kamas or Damas or Namas in Palestine. That's what I believe. So getting rid of Hamas, I don't think you will accomplish anything at all. Just like what happened with the Taliban. As soon as America got rid of the Taliban, what happened? Here come ISIS. It's not a group of people that you got to get rid of. It's an ideology. It's an ideology. You got to learn how to live in harmony with the Palestinians, with Muslims that you believe and think different with. They fighting over the same land. It's a very complicated situation. All I'm talking about is today and right now. I'm not talking about the history. I'm saying supporting the Israeli people. I think the way you support Israel the best today, August 19, 2025, it's so complicated. I got to be precise with my words. I believe the way that you support Israel best today is bringing an end to this war. That's what I believe. Make sure, everybody, that if you guys have not, that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Guys, this is a new source. This source is from Al Jazeera in June of 2025. Some people are saying, however, that when the war ends, Mr. Netanyahu's trial will no longer be dragged out. And they will get a trial to the conclusion to the trial sooner than later. That's a factor to consider. People are saying that, BB, that you are dragging out, just like the woman earlier in the story in the Israeli Times. They're saying you are dragging out this war because of that trial. And you doing that to save political face. Because at least they're going to remove you from office after this trial. That's what they're saying out there, Israel. Some people. Israel, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, is adamant in refusal of any agreement that does not include what it calls the defeat of Hamas, even if it means endangering the Israeli captives still held in Gaza. I'm not as worried about the Israeli captives. They need to be released. We pray for their release. But I'm worried about the world turning on Israel. That's what I'm worried about. And that's what it looks like might be happening, especially with this going on. Hamas is already the weakest it's ever been, and there's nothing they can do that is remotely comparable to what Israel possesses. Writer and researcher on Israel, Palestinian, and founder of the Fire These Times podcast, Ella Ayoub, told Al Jazeera, okay? There's simple evidence, ample evidence by now that the only reason this genocide is ongoing is because Netanyahu wants to continue it. Is clearly just an excuse to keep the war going. The voices in Israel, the voices outside of Israel have been very loud about what they call the genocide of the Palestinian people, but the voices in Israel are starting to grow extremely loud. If you attack Israel, if you attack a sovereign nation, yes, I am all the way 10,000% for that sovereign nation defending itself. And that's what Israel did. And BB, you did it so well that you have regarnered the respect on the national stage as Israel, a military play. That started to fade. Iran was plucking Israel for a minute. BB came back, man. BB, you got it back. Don't lose it. This is my analysis, guys. It's a call on what you believe. You either believe that Bibi isn't trying to end the war and causing the suffering of thousands of his people and Palestinians, even to the point where he has his own people protesting, over 10% of the population in Israel in the streets. Patrick, a comparison to America, that would mean that's like over 35 million Americans in the streets. Not 35 million Americans taking part of a poll saying they against it. So we guessing the majority poll. Or, nah, we talking about 35 million Americans on the streets protesting. Over 1 million Jews. I mean, you believe he is keeping the war going. It's either one or two things. For personal reasons, or you believe him. That he's really trying to destroy Hamas. I mean, I think Bibi Netanyahu understands this, that it's the ideology that you have to destroy, because I promise you, as soon as, if you were capable of getting rid of Hamas, there's something that's going to come in its place. I'm saying if you wiped every person that was ever in Hamas off the face of the map, and you also, by and after doing that, wiped all the terrorists who were against Israel off the face of the map. It's just a matter of time where you'll have an Israeli cop to pull over a Palestinian child and something will happen, and you will have the Palestinians, they won't have a Hamas, it'll be a Kamas now. It'll be a Tamas. It'll be a Damas. You get the point? Like, you always gonna fight them. Me personally, BB, what I would do, and I know you got this, you got the Mossad, and I'm sure you got so many different organizations within the Mossad and within your police forces. I would reformat or reset up Gaza in my own image. And I would give it back to the Palestinians. And that's what I'm saying, BB. You know, I just got to work for you. Because he's aware of all the Mossad, like they can bug stuff, and y'all know about the little beeper incidents. The Mossad is, I would just remake, you didn't destroy so much of that area. So you got to rebuild it anyway. So I just have the Mossad listen to me, and you could get some wisdom. I will have the Mossad to help the Palestinians or whoever that could, I will have them to help rebuild, the Mossad to help rebuild and hand it back to the Palestinians. But what the Israelis are saying is that Bibi is trying to do what President Trump's saying. He's just trying to build Israeli settlements in Gaza. And that's what the whole beef is about. But regardless of whether Israel is building settlements in Gaza, which is a problem, which can re-spark this conflict, regardless of that or not, in my opinion, man, Bibi, man, he needs to end this war. You can continue to go after Hamas and end the war, Bibi. You know what I'm saying? My question is Mr. Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, is he hurting Israel's long-term standing on the world stage by continuing the war? I got another question. What does President Trump think? Or how does President Trump feel about the war? And how long will President Trump allow this war to go on, man? You know what I'm saying? I know, listen, if you ask me, I'm going to say, Patrick, what Marco Rubio said, that's how Americans feel. What Secretary Rubio said about that conflict between against Russia and Ukraine, he keeps saying the same thing. This is not our war. And the Americans, oh, goodness gracious, they're so relieved that we don't have no troops over there. The Americans are so relieved that we aren't involved in these wars, man. So we fought wars for decades and decades. So yes, America isn't fighting a war. Secretary Rubio said this is not our war, and the majority of the American people do not care about these foreign wars. They just hope America isn't involved with dropping bombs and boots on the ground. But what I'm saying is, y'all, I think it's so important. Those people dying, it's people starving. Those wars are very, very important in my opinion. And that's why I cover them, even though they're a lot unpopular. Patrick says, I can't help but wonder who benefits most from that conflict. That's what I'm saying, Pat. Because that's what, Pat, when you start asking questions like that, we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on, why it's still going on, everything like that, Pat. We're going to get to the whole bottom, the whole truth of the whole conversation, Patrick. Who benefits from the conflict? Who benefits from Israel building settlements in Gaza? Is that okay? Is that okay from Israel to build settlements in the because Patrick, this is what I'm saying. Listen, Pat, this is what I'm saying. You saying the benefits have to be according to what the law says. That, in my opinion, is there a world law that's written on that Palestinian? We need to write some laws in the world on the handling and the dealings between Israel and Palestine, but that's just what we've been working on, trying to come to a deal. Because, Patrick, you saying who benefits in the situation, there's other people who benefit from things outside of money. Does that make sense, Patrick? Listen to me for a second, Patrick. If you was the richest man in the world, you got to think like this, which I can because I know rich people, and I'm a litigator, Patrick, so you know I know how to think like them. If you was the richest man in the world, you worth $10 million, there's nothing that money can buy you. Well, if I'm worth 10 million, okay, it's not like I got $10 million and I win. No. I'm saying I'm worth 10 million and I got my house, I got my car, I got my wife, I got investments, I got set up, and I'm worth $10 million. What can you buy me? Oh, I'm going to buy you a Lamborghini. I could buy that myself. Oh, I'm going to buy you a $10 million house. You only worth $10 million. Oh, he can get a $10 million house if he wanted. He could get whatever he wants. There's nothing money could buy you. So a person like that might sit around and might, who knows, Patrick, to another person. They might harass another person. That might be the value. That might be value to them. That might be how they entertain themselves. It's harassing a person. So if they get entertainment out of that, Patrick, then yes, that's their value they're getting out of it. If they're doing it for Christian reasons, I'm saying anything they're doing it for, Patrick, that isn't a legal reason. And if you're doing something that's illegal, then how can you be doing it for a legal reason? That's the point. Pat, it's not my fault that the law says, for example, when you file a case against someone, that person has to pay you money. I'm prosecuting the case. So why wouldn't I get paid? In a criminal case, the state is prosecuting the case. So the state gets paid. You pay restitution to the state because the state is prosecuting the case. I'm prosecuting the case. I'm going to get paid. If the case isn't legitimate, if there isn't merits in the case, then the judge gonna throw the case. But the judge ain't gonna throw no case I wrote. I can tell you that from the get-go because it's merits in the case. So if the judge ain't throwing the cases, that means you gotta be doing something wrong. Does that matter? Pat, it's like millimeter stuff. It don't matter about how many times you get sued. It don't matter about none of that matters. It's all constitutional. You feel what I'm saying? The Constitution, if it says that a black man could use a white man's restroom, it didn't say that you could use the restroom 5 times, Patrick, or 3 times on Sunday. It mean that you could use it. Discrimination is over with. Okay, that black people now they can segregate. Oh, you can only segregate. That's not what that means. If I'm protecting my rights and this man discriminating on me, I'm going to sue him every time he discriminates. That law ain't written to protect, it's wrote to sue every time you do wrong, to sue. So this how it go. You in a lawsuit, it's not like I'm suing him and just doing something to him, and the police is serving him. The U.S. Marshals serving them. The Sheriff's Department is serving them. I mean, you like a little dodo bird. I don't know what's wrong with him. Hey, Pat, I'm sorry about that, Pat. What's wrong with the little dodo birds, Pat? Look, I had to get the document, man, to show you I'm trying to help him out, bro, Patrick. You see what I'm saying? So here come the lawsuit. It comes to the judge, especially in federal court or in state court. If there's no merits in the case, they're going to throw it in the trash can immediately. You got to think like that. Stop thinking about how I feel about it. Think about what's happening in reality. What's happening in reality is that this is a court, and if they get this lawsuit, and if it is what you said it is, not you, Patrick, but if it is what they said it is and it's a scam, it's going in the trash can. Ain't none of them going in the trash can. That tell you everything you need to know. Somebody in here acting up. They doing stuff they ain't supposed to because they repeatedly getting spanked. It don't matter who benefiting. A rich man who got him $10 million, what he need $15,000 for? But if he keep on harassing somebody, he is getting a benefit out of it. oh, my benefit is that he can do and he can't do, or I get to control his actions. Controlling someone's actions is a benefit for you if that's what you're trying to do. If I set out to control this dude's actions, it don't matter if it was for a good purpose in your mind. If I'm setting out to control his actions, that's against the law. So you getting a benefit out of it. What you mean? Like his benefit just doesn't mean nothing. His benefit is just worthless. Not to him. If he was winning, if he was able to actually enact the harassment, or if it had any kind of value or meaning, or if it did anything, if he got anything of value out of it, but it's valuable to him. You see what I'm saying? A man to come out here, bro, you see that? Look, let me get out the way, bro. It's a pier out there. I don't know if it was this park or the other park. I talked to the dude yesterday. He out there throwing the wheel. He'll go out there for hours and he ain't catching nothing, but he's getting value out of throwing that reel. To my mama, that ain't no value. You out there throwing a reel and you ain't catching no fish. What value is that to her? To most women, how many women you see out there fishing? They don't see no value in it. They gonna go to the grocery store and get some fish. They don't see no value in coming out here and catching no fish. Does that make sense? But to that man, there's value in it. That's what I'm saying. If somebody harassing somebody, it's value in it to them. At a business, a manager at a business observed a black employee being called the N-word, okay? He didn't fire the employee who called him the N-word. You know why? Because that employee that he didn't fire, Patrick, was valuable to him. So now the black man who got called the N-word run a $130 million judgment, 130 M's. Yes, M's, millions, M-I-L-L-I-O-N-S, millions, $130-some million judgment, and now you saying that he's scamming for money. You need to go talk to the courts about how they got their system set up. Because if he called the police and say they called him the N-word, ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. But the law specifically says not to do that. So the law also says if I find you or catch you doing it, I'm gonna sue you for $130 million. And you got sued for $130 million. The man who getting sued is value in him to break that law. I promise you. A guy who goes and rape a woman, to us, it's no value in that. That's the stupidest thing in the world, Patrick. But to that, he getting something out of it. That's why he doing it. He getting something out of it. Patrick is just saying that to us, it don't look like he's getting nothing out of it because his value is so minute and stupid. It's like a man who might be, you know what I'm saying, pleasing himself or something. He getting something out of it. He is getting something out. He wouldn't be doing it. To everybody else, it might be worthless or valueless. And the other person in the situation might be getting cash. This person is getting a good feeling and an ego trip, and that person's getting cash. They both getting something out of it. You feel me though, Pat? I'm saying, man, like, I'll give it a few seconds, man, and we'll end the stream, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. I appreciate y'all participating, man. I thank y'all so much, so much, so much, so much. Man, y'all, man, it been raining all day, man. You know what I'm saying? League Wars Live on tour, man. I appreciate everybody who came up and showed up. Patch said, you good, Ghost. I know you passionate about this, man. Yeah, especially about the legal cases, man. I'm real passionate, Patrick. I know what I'm talking about. That's why I'll be winning all them cases. They be thinking that you gonna just call a court or call a judge and just influence. That ain't how that works. Because that judge ain't trying to get in trouble. It's a system. We got a whole system set up in America. Y'all see President Trump, and he a president. So you know if you a regular dude, you ain't got no kind of pull. You got more pull than the president. They'll charge a president. You ain't got that kind of pull. And he a president, bro. He know everybody. He got the access, and they'll still charge him with this. So who you gonna call? You can't call somebody who they'll charge them with him too. They could say that the president's immune, but shoot, I'm telling you, this just America. You got to understand how America is, how America operates, man. And I'm real passionate about it. That judge get that case, he looked at that case, and there's merits in that case. And if he knows, he might say this dude might be not be a lawyer, but if he had a lawyer, that people he sued, they finna get mollywopped. But even without a lawyer, I'm a mollywop him. That's what I do. I be knowing what I'm talking. I be trying to tell them. They be whatever doing stupid stuff, continually do stupid stuff. So hey, don't cry when you gotta pay the payment. You gotta pay a fine to be stupid in civil law. In civil law, my instructor, she taught me all my classes, a female attorney. She taught me you gotta be stupid in civil law to pay a fine. And that's what I do. I find stupid people. People who don't know how to obey the law or who think they could just do anything they want to. Let me explain something to you. When you go start a business in the United States, we are expecting you to follow a set of laws. They're going to ask you, how many employees you got? Oh, I only got 3 employees. Well, these discrimination laws don't apply to your business. What? Yeah. You don't know that, huh? Oh, you got 3 employees and he done did this discrimination stuff. Yeah, he might be able to file a lawsuit, a ghost lawsuit, a skeleton lawsuit. He can't go to the EEOC if you only got 2 employees. The EEOC don't got jurisdiction if you only got 2 employees. So if you own a business, you're supposed to know this. And if you don't know this, I need to train you. We need to get you some training. See if the DOJ could train you on how not to discriminate against people. Pat, to me, it's easy mathematics, man. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, ain't nobody gonna play no game like I play with the court. And for years. And ain't nobody gonna do that. They not, listen, the judges don't even believe that's happening. Because they reading the documents, they know the documents is right. And I'm saying, if he keep filing the law, they know the situation. They might not say nothing, but they know what I'm saying is right and true. They know. They know. I'm calling a name, a whole municipality. I called their name. And I said they violated the law. And this is what the law said, and this is what they did. You can't do nothing with that but cry. You can laugh and try to save face, but as the time go on, in the end, you're going to be crying for doing something stupid. We don't get, Patrick, look, in America, there's a problem. Men with money think they can do what they want. Men with a lot of money think that the law don't apply to them. That's been a problem in America for years. That Bernie Sanders and AOC, they preach about this all the time. They think the law don't apply to them. That's why we got Jeffrey Epstein, Patrick. Because Jeffrey Epstein, the law didn't apply to him. He was a money man worth millions, and he said, okay, you got millions, you a money land. Okay, I'm Mr. Ellis Acosta with the federal government. I'm going to sign a piece of paper. that says the federal government is going to allow you to molest children because you a money man with money. You can molest children. It's okay. You got money? Oh, yeah, okay. Here go all the kids over here, molest the kids. And then we trying to figure out, oh, what happened? Why Jeffrey Epstein got to do that? We around here acting stupid like we don't know what's going on. Like we don't know what's going on. And they let rich men do that all the time. The law don't apply to them. They think. And they've been doing it so long, getting to get away and do. That's why Jeffrey Epstein, they killed him. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of rich men in the end, who can't play by the rules or who they'll let to get away with it. In the end, bro, when they hit the fan, they going to off you. Real quick, like. You ain't got the kind of money Jeffrey Epstein got. They going to get rid of you real quick, like. I'm telling you. That's how that's going to end. Real quick, like. Because, Patrick, they reading the documents. Somebody doing right and somebody wrong. And everything I ever filed, Patrick, somebody's right and somebody's wrong. I have won all my cases. Any cases that got dismissed, it was like a procedural issue. It was because I'm a paralegal and not an attorney. I've never been in a situation where somebody caught me in a lie in any case. Not once. 3 years. All over America. 22 cases. 22 is on that computer over there. Number 22. Where that computer? Lawsuit number 22 on that computer. Ready to go. No one ever said I lied about anything because I'm not lying about nothing I'm saying. And it's just so funny that the dude going against me, he know he lying. He know what he doing is wrong. And he's still trying to act like. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. Bandito says, get well soon, my ninja. I'm all the way well, my boy. I'm past well. Look where I'm at. Where you at, Bandito? Look where I'm at. You in the same spot you was when we started the podcast, huh? Look where I'm at. I'm moving, bro. I'm about to buy a house, man. You feel me? How I'm not well. You feel me? I got a definite income that I don't have to get up and go to work for, and I got the credit score to buy it. How I'm not well. Same thing with that car. You know what I'm saying? I got the money, I make the money without getting out the bed. That car note get paid every month. How I'm not well. I ain't got no debt. How I'm not well. I got open lawsuits and people begging me trying to get out of getting sued. How I'm not well. I'm straight, bro. I promise you. I'm past straight. You feel me? I got 40 rats coming in about 8 months. How I'm not real. That's 40 rats from one case that I didn't file, and I got 4 of them. How I'm not well. I won 5 cases in a row. How I'm not well. 5 in a row, homeboy. 5 out of 6. That boy putting up LeBron James numbers, Michael Jordan numbers. 5 out of 6. 5 in a row. I should have won 6 out of 6. How I'm not well. That's what I do. Cases. I'm great at what I do. I'm good, bro. I promise you, I'm past good. You don't see how fat I am? Look at my stomach. Real talk. Hey, in the last 30 days, it ain't got no smaller. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I'm super good, bro. Thankful, blessed, all of that right now. You hear me? Right now. Hey, Pat says, when you buy lobbyists and legislators, why would you think you're above the law? Pat, that's another great comment, Pat. But that's what they do, though, Pat. It's 2 different systems of law in America. It's a money law and it's a poor man's law. The money law or the rich man's law, that's how you get Jeffrey Epstein. You have millions of situations like that across America. They might not be molesting children. They might be harassing disabled people. And the government let them do it because he got money. Let some broke person go out there and do stuff like that, they're going to be arrested. You got 2 different systems of law. And you got to admit that. You got to understand that. You got to be able to say, okay, we do let rich people get away with stuff that we should. We gonna change that. Equal law for everybody across the board, but that's not what it is. That's how you get one man or 3% of the world's population to own all the wealth. Because they choose and pick and choose certain men to let them whatever they want to. And a lot of times these men, we seeing that they picking and choosing, they gatekeeping. And they letting these men do all kind of unrighteousness. You gatekeeping, but you let Jeffrey Epstein in the gate. And you gatekeeping, but Jeffrey Epstein in the gate. Listen, you a gatekeeper. They good. That's one word they love saying, gatekeeper. Just say this park is the gate, okay? And I got 8 kids over there. And you the gatekeeper. You stopping all kind of people from getting in the gate. You a gatekeeper. And then I look up and I see Jeffrey Epstein in the bathroom. And as he going in the bathroom, he eyeballing the kids like this. You feel me? Bro, that's goofy. But they gatekeepers though, Patrick. But they let Jeffrey Epstein in the gate though. Hey, get Jeffrey Epstein out the gate, man, Pat. They gatekeepers, man. But look, though, Pat, if you been following the content or not, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do this every time or most of the times, at least on the Tuesday streams, the Tuesday and Saturday streams. That's our 2 main streams. If you guys been following the content, you guys know, you know what I'm saying? I come out to the late, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I started pretty much this year. I spent 2 years in Houston in a room for about 18 hours a day, man. You know what I'm saying? 21 hours a day. That's how I formed my business in Miller Ray Legal, man. I was litigating them cases. No social life. I didn't go nowhere, man. I was just head down on that computer. Yeah, somebody crazy, man, on the computer. I don't care what they say. That computer, my best friend. I changed my life with that computer. I rearrange your mouth with that computer. For real, that boy a beast. But look, so, man, after that, you know what I'm saying, situation happened and I ended up going on tour, you know, out of necessity. I didn't really choose it, but I had to stay in Texas. But Texas is a huge state. It's a perfect state for that, Patrick. I went all over the great state of Texas. I think that's when you joined the channel, Patrick, on that Texas tour. That happened from January to March. So in from March to July 15th, I went home. Well, pretty much April, May, and June. And to the middle of July, I went home and I kicked it with my mom in Biloxi. I hadn't seen my mom in about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Hadn't been to Mississippi in about that much time. You know what I'm saying? And then while I was there, you know what I'm saying, I went to North Carolina for a week. I recorded 2 vlogs. Y'all go make sure y'all watch all the videos. I'm only telling y'all about these trips, Patrick, know, because I'm going live. You know what I'm saying? This Legal Wars live content. I'm going live while I'm on all of these trips, bringing y'all great content. I don't know how many content creators. I watch YouTube, bro, all the time. That's all I mess with is Google. Only music I listen to is Google. I don't know how many content creators, bro, is bringing content like this from a vertical live feed. But, man, so after I got back to from New York, excuse me. After I got back from North Carolina, I came back to my mom's, chill with her for a little bit. July 15th, bro, I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Tennessee for 3 weeks, man. Tennessee is a gorgeous state. Real beautiful out there. You know what I'm saying? Situation came up, had to keep it moving, but that ended another tour. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I did the tour in Texas. Then I did the tour in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? This is the 3rd tour. Every time I do a tour, we're going to do a We the People. So every time you see me moving to another state or another area, we're going to do a We the People. So We the People, the original, was in Texas. We the People 2, you know what I'm saying, was in Tennessee. This We the People right here is the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So on this particular trip, I think I'm about about 10 days, 11 days, maybe something like that, 12 days. What I did is I started off in the bottom of Illinois. I crossed over the Ohio River. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to spend some time within the state of Illinois, all the places that people don't go, interviewing the people, talking to the people, boots on the ground. Blue State, learned a lot. From that point, of course, I touched Chicago, crossed right into Indiana. I went to the Indiana National, the Indiana Dunes National Park. I always have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I went to the Indiana Dunes National Park, and Patrick, I also went to Notre Dame. After that, I went to Lake Michigan. Man, I spent the whole week on Lake Michigan. And this is what I'm doing right now, Pat. You feel me? Like every time I bring y'all content, man, this is what I'm doing. This isn't Lake Michigan. This is just a different lake in the state of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out there sort of towards the middle of the state, towards Kalamazoo. You know what I'm saying? But like, bruh, yeah, bruh, this is what I do all day, every day, Pat. That's what I'm saying. It's a lifestyle, man. I let them talk, man. I let them hate. You know what I'm saying? Pat, it's about what motivates you and what drives you. For a man who is a square dude, who don't care nothing about nature, who don't care nothing about traveling, this doesn't motivate or drive him. Because if he did, he would be out there traveling. But for someone like me, bro, you can ask anyone who know me, bro, and all of my friends. They would be jealous because this is what we love doing. You see what I'm saying? I talked to two of my homegirls. They've been to 5 different states at least. One of my homegirls just came back from Tennessee. The other homegirl, she been in California twice. She done flew out of state. This is what we love doing, man. We love traveling, bruh. You see what I'm saying? So for somebody like me who love large bodies of water, who feels at home, my happy place is out here, in my element out here, bro. So for somebody like me, oh yeah, bro, I'm doing it. This the life. Yeah, look, you see that saying right there, boy? You see that saying right there? I put a bed on that saying. Yes, indeed, I would. If it was safe, who wouldn't do that? Put a bed right here, bro. Like me and my girl or son put a bed and you sleeping under the stars, bro. You see this long sleeve? I don't care if the sun was out, it'd be 70 degrees with the sun out. And at nighttime, it's a good 55, 60 out here on this beach, bro. It's not a regular beach. It's not a beach like how it is like in the South. It's a beach like on a lake. It's a lake beach. Ain't that many people out here. It's kind of like a little wildlifey, bro. Tight, man. Yeah, this is what I've been doing, man. This is how I've been living every single day, Pat. Wake up, sunsets on the water every day. Every day, Patrick. They can hate all they want to. Patrick, I'm finna buy a house, my boy. You understand that? The credit score tell me that I'm good. All I gotta do, look, I got guaranteed income, so I stay within them limitations. I'm finna buy a house, man. I don't care about what nobody say. Look, I'm gonna get my GI Bill and I'm gonna buy another house. You see what I'm saying? That's 2 houses. I'm finna get bread, man, like big bread. Somebody finna give me like 40 racks. I did some cases for him, but I didn't do $40,000 worth of work. I did about $6,000 worth of work. I'm going to get paid 40 racks off a case an attorney has. It's a slam dunk case. Slam dunk. 40 racks. That's more money than I made about in 8 months, 7 months. Getting about 2 or 3 checks, big checks. I don't count the small, I count the big ones. You see what I'm saying? Bro, like Pat, no, man, I got a supplement, man. I filed documents, man. I got a supplement in my income, man. You know what I'm saying? While I'm waiting on these cases, bro, I'm out here. Pat, I don't care what nobody say about me. Talking about who getting the benefit out of it, Patrick. I don't care what they say. Because that with them hating on, a hater gets a benefit out of hating on you. If they didn't get no benefit from it, Patrick, they wouldn't do it. Patrick, I promise you, a hater gets benefit out of hating on you. It's something inside of him that makes him feel happy or makes him want to hate. He gets a benefit out of hating on you, Patrick. That's what I'm saying. So if somebody benefit getting, he just getting the short end of the stick. That's all that is. His benefit is getting some clout or getting some glory off of hating on me. My benefit is getting a check. Why would he care? He don't need a check. He already got money. That's how he looking at it in his mind. You got to understand, rich people, Patrick, is rich men who enjoy the suffering of the poor. That's in Proverbs. It's in Proverbs, Patrick. I'm not making this up. I'll do a live stream about this. It's rich men who enjoy watching the suffering of the poor. That's just life. He just grabbed the wrong one. Cause I'm gonna slap him back every time. You could take my life. I don't care. Patrick, he gonna die the coward he is, and I'm gonna die the real person I am. When I die, I go live in paradise, bro. I'ma know well, you don't wake up in heaven, but I'm saying I'm knowing I got that peace in my heart when I die, Patrick. You see what I'm saying? I got that peace in my heart, but oh boy, he is who he is. And I'm not hating on him. He is who he is. I am who I am. I got that peace in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I live by the Bible, Patrick. I know I ain't doing nothing that's written in the Bible. What somebody feel, that's their feelings. That's their life. They could go live their life. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live their life, Patrick. I'm not out there with nobody, Patrick. This what I'm doing, Pat. You feel me? This what I'm doing. Bro, I'm in Michigan. I'm not worried about what nobody doing in Biloxi. I ain't worried about what nobody doing in Texas. They worried about what I'm doing, Patrick. I'm in Michigan. You get that? I'm filing cases in Michigan, Patrick. I'm in Michigan, baby. Tomorrow I might be in Pennsylvania. The next day I might be in Virginia or New York. That's what I'm saying. I just close my eyes and just move my finger and just hope God has stopped me on the right place. Okay, this is where I'm at. When they were asking me, I'm finna finance the house, they asking me for a zip code. I told them I don't have a zip code. Just you finance it this, because I'm gonna find the house. I don't know where I'm gonna say I'm stopping here. I don't have that spot yet. You see what I'm saying? But I know I'm gonna buy one somewhere that is probably just gonna be a summer house. That's what I'm buying right now. It's probably just going to be a summer house, something cheap and something away from home. And I'll just use it as a summer house. And when I get that VA loan, Pat, I'm going to buy me what I've been waiting on. I ain't worried about what no haters saying about me, man. You feel me? In the end, what's going to happen to him, he going to get utterly destroyed. I can promise you that. Everything he's done to everybody, he's going to pay for it. And I am too. I pay for mine. He going to get utterly destroyed. I could guarantee you that. Guarantee you. Man, Pat said we can't have a truly lawful society under capitalism. What y'all think, man? I'm going to let y'all look out there at the beach. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of beaches on lakes out here in Michigan, man. A lot of them. You know what I'm saying, Patrick? That is so awesome. Tell me that's not awesome, bro. That's what I wake my day up to. Like, look, if I told you I was in Florida and I was on the beach, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But to tell you I'm on a beach in Michigan, boy, that should get your attention. What? That boy on a beach with sand in Michigan. Yeah, boy, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, bro, what old boy's saying, I don't care nothing about what old boy's saying. That's what old boy's saying. That's old boy's opinion. That's old boy's feeling. Whoever old boy is, you know what I'm saying? Whoever feel like they got to stand against me, Patrick, or they got something against me, that's their thing. That's not my thing, Pat. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against nobody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody worried about my past or how I used to live in my past, Pat, like that's my past. That's what I'm saying. That's their thing. That's not my thing. So I'm saying, how can I worry about something that somebody else is concerned with about me? That's what I'm saying. You know? Pat said, you really are inspiration. I was in Cali when I found you. Now I'm in KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri, man. That's one of my cities, man. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I got a homeboy named Patrick, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sorry, Patrick named Paris. I had seen someone open that door. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got a homeboy, man. His name is Paris, bro, and he live in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. But y'all, that's my time, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, when I'm out here, bro, every day I deal with nonsense or deal with foolishness, but I don't care. I've been equipped for it. You know what I'm saying? I've been trained to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against nobody, man, alive. I promise you that. No, nothing against nobody. And I only deal with situations that's brought to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people study defame my character. They study lie on me. They study tell stories on me. But I was thinking yesterday that if I wasn't in Michigan right now, somebody would be telling a lie on me. I'm in Michigan. They still lying on me. They still lying on me. But it's a certain particular lie. If I wasn't in Michigan, I know they'd be running around telling everybody that lie. But you ain't really got nobody up here that's probably gonna spread or go that hard with that lie with you. So that lie kind of falling to the wayside. Like all the rest of the lies gonna fall to the wayside. You see? And that's why you getting sued. That's why they getting sued, Pat. You know what I'm saying? Dude jump up in the stream saying some crazy stuff. That's your, Patrick, it's the air or the disposition. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might have an air of hatred. Does that make sense, Pat? Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like and you can feel it, you can see it, you can sense it, you can hear it. You getting on the stream and you calling people names and you harassing someone like you trying to cancel them. I'm saying that might work in the streets, that might work on academics channel and them. That stuff don't work with me because I'm a legal person. I'm gonna sue you. If I can't get you right here, if I can't get you right there, if I can't get you right with that, I'm going to find something to sue you with because you got to bet. Bro, the police do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you continually break the law, the police going to find a way to put you in jail. It's the same thing. You can't cry about it. You know how you control it? Stop doing what's wrong. That's how you control it. Stop doing what's wrong. Like I said, when somebody sue you, okay, especially in federal court, and I'm quick to go to federal court because that's where I was trained in. You know what I'm saying? I basically got on-the-job training to litigate cases, not prepare documents. The judge taught me. Pretty much the judge taught me she taught me everything like in federal court about how to really litigate. She taught me that. That's the only case I lost. She taught me that. I got more value out of that case probably than any case I'm going to get, even the cases I get $40,000 from. Bro, you file a lawsuit with the judge. The clerk get the lawsuit. She pass it to the judge know the law, the judge get the lawsuit, and he read the lawsuit, and he got a choice according to the law. He either going to serve it or he going to dismiss it. If it's legal and if it's merits, if he dismissing it, it's going to the appeals court. And from the appeals court, he can't get nothing but like 3 or 4 appeals. They're going to end up getting him off that bench. He ain't going to be no judge no more. He going to lose his job. He ain't trying to get no appeals. He trying to rule right the first time. And that's what happened. You get sued. I'm not going to sue you if I know you ain't going to get served. Even, look, there's situations where people do wrong stuff and I know they wrong and they know they wrong and they thinking I won't catch them. That's the problem. You thinking you won't get caught and I keep catching you and I ain't supposed to catch them. You see what I'm saying, Patrick? I'm not supposed to catch them, but I keep catching them. And that's their biggest issue. You see what I'm saying? That's your biggest issue is that I'm doing something I'm not supposed to get caught at and I'm getting caught at and now I got my lip out and I'm pouting saying who's getting the benefit out of it? Who's getting the benefit out of it? I'm saying all you got to do is if you can't leave me alone, then I'm standing 10 on what I'm saying. I'll go be with God. You think I don't have no problem leaving this thinking. I mean, think about how messed up this world is. Just stop and think about it. I don't care how much pleasure or enjoyment you get out of living here. I'm saying think about how jacked up it is. You see what I'm saying? This world's so jacked up, bro. Like, I don't have no problem. I'm going to stand 10 on what I believe, though. You feel me? Some people just like that. They don't care. It means that much to them. Other people, they would rather be alive and be accepted. They're just not as strong. You see what I'm saying? Bro, I'm a veteran of the U.S. military, bro. We've been streaming about 2 hours, so I'm about to end it. I'm a veteran of the U.S. military, right? As a veteran, you know what? I had a Green Beret. Listen to me. A Green Beret at Fort Bragg. You know what he told me one time? He said, some men, when they go to die, he said they're going to be crying, they're going to be complaining, and I think he had two different ones. And so the other one's going to be looking for a way to stay on this earth and stay alive. But you know what he said a brave man, a great man going to do when it's time to die? He said he going to hold his head up high. Honor and dignity, knowing he proudly served his country, whatever cause that is for. What great man didn't die for his cause? I'm going to give you a second to think about that. What great man didn't really die for his cause? The greatest men you could think of, I mean, there's some great men who didn't die. Like you could think of, what's the president of South Africa who, Nelson Mandela. You see what I'm saying? Nelson Mandela didn't die, and he was a great man that was respected, but a lot of great men died for their cause. Jesus died, man. Martin Luther King died. You see what I'm saying? A lot of great men died for what they caused, bro. That defines who you are. You either trying to sit and hang out with the people and be cool with the people, or I'm just a different breed, man. You feel me, Patrick? 10 toes. I'm going to stand 10 on what I believe. That's what matters. It's cool to be with the people. I want to be with the people too, but being with the people ain't more important than being real. I'm just a different breed. You see what I'm saying? I'm not finna submit to some dude that I know I could walk up to and slap the taste buds out of. Look, let me ask you a question. Can you walk up to President Trump and slap the taste buds out of him? You know you ain't finna answer no question like this. I'm saying this dude worth all that money or whatever he's saying he worth, but ain't nobody be around him. I ain't even got to stalk him. I already know. I'm saying I could walk up to you and beat the dog break off of you. And then sue you after I do it. I could beat you and sue you. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no help. As soon as I beat you, you're going to be on the phone. The only reason I'm going to call is to get a report to take you to court to get paid off of you. That's what I'm saying. Why? If you want to play with somebody like that, that's on you, bro. I'm saying you can't cry for the results. You can't cry at the results, bro. You could say that whatever could happen to me in the end. I stood 10. I was a real one. And who got respect for, look at how they respect them, how they respect me. Just be real. I'm not talking about the person I was in my past. I'm talking about the man I am today. And I'm talking about I could go to a U.S. Court of Appeals and be the judge in an argument. You know, even these powerful, mighty men, bro, they jealous of that, bro. What? Just a regular dude out the street go and beat a respected federal judge in a service argument. I don't care if that was a ghost stamp or a ghost pen that those clerks was using. It's still his name on every one of them documents that got sent back. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they respect that, Pat. But, you know, some people, they don't like that, man. Like, they get jealous or whatever. I don't care. I'm going to stand 10. I don't love this world like you do. You got to remember that. I don't love this world like you do. Some people don't. Even millionaires. That's why Tupac died how he did. That's why King Von died how he did. Them boys super rich. They just don't have love for the world. We just different, man. You like everybody else. You like the sheep, like the cow, like the herd, like whatever. You just want to be on the world, want to get your little whatever soft, want to eat your little good food and want to go. And that's his whole concerns is this world. That's why whole concern is people in this world. I'm not concerned with people in this world. I feel like I be a mission. I got a mission, bruh. Like I'm fighting for something. Jesus wasn't concerned with this world or people, bro. He had something he was fighting for. Martin Luther King wasn't concerned with Abraham. So many great men who gave their life, bro. They not because they on a different playing field. They know the danger. You don't think Martin Luther King knew the danger, bro? The FBI was telling him all the time, bro, that he was getting death threats, bro, every single day. He got a death threat. And he never stopped, bro. He kept on doing what he was doing. Some people, man, some men, bro, like they just on a different level. Some men are on a level of some, you know what I'm saying? They just trying to fit in stuff, and some other men, they define, you know what I'm saying? And that spirit will irritate somebody. Look, it's 10 people here, and I could tell 10 people to do something, and all 9 of them do it. Let's say 8 of them do it, and 2 of them don't. And that one person who don't, he dead wrong with everything he's saying, and he get in trouble for it. But that other person who didn't do it, he said you was wrong, and he starts suing you, and you start losing. So I'm saying, what you gonna do? You gonna get right or you gonna cry? It's only 2 things you could do. You could get right or you could keep doing what you're doing. But it's not gonna change nothing. You could kill somebody, but you still wrong. You still what you are. You see what I'm saying? Every time Osama bin Laden killed somebody, he was still a piece of crap. So Osama bin Laden killed this dude right here, right? So he beat this dude in an argument, but he's still a piece of crap. Look how he ended. You see what I'm saying? Think about how many people Noriega beat in arguments. Manuel Noriega, big OG gangster, bro. He done killed hundreds of people. He was beating people in arguments all the time. But look how it ended for him. He lost his head, boy. You feel me? Look, Jeffrey Epstein, he beat the feds, bro. Jeffrey Epstein beat the feds, bro. 10 years, bro. They signed a paper to let him molest children. He beat the feds, but look how it ended for him. You see what I'm saying? So, because you could be somebody in something, or you might be somebody in something. If you wrong, you going to pay for it. You know how that go. You know if you doing something wrong, I don't care who you think you are, you can't get touched. You going to get it in the end. That's me having a relationship with God. I realize that. I know that. I know my God. He might let you get away with something. He might not. You know, you might come and end up getting your face pushed back. Because I'm that type. But he might let you get away with something, but you know your end, though. This time when they come, they ain't coming for your wife. They coming for you. I promise that. I put that on my life. One hair. Boy, you'll lose your whole head, boy. That's big ghost, right? And the thing is, I ain't gangster. I ain't got to go plug in with no gangsters. I ain't got to do nothing but live. But I'm telling you I seen it happen. I seen a dude who put a finger on me that I didn't whoop. Or that wasn't kin to me. And I seen what happened to that boy. I promise you, I seen it. I didn't have to do nothing. The people who came and got him wasn't no local people. And I'm talking about snatched him. Quick. He probably still in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, I know what's going to happen to you, boy. You feel me? I know what's going to happen to you, boy. I done seen it too many times. You know what I'm saying? But look, that's my time, though, man. Patrick had came in here, man. He got me crunked up, man. Y'all know how I get down, man. Big ghostwriter. Big ghostwriter. Legal wars, baby. You know, I stay ready for that action, though. You know what I'm saying? And staying ready for that action, man, that made people be like, man, I don't know what's wrong with them, though, because I really don't be bothering nobody. I stay in my own lane, bro. Mind my own business. You know what I'm saying? But people just be in my face trying to do so. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's like you poke a pit bull in the nose and you walk back with 4 fingers and you mad. You got something to say. You shouldn't have nothing to say because you know when you going over there to poke that pit bull, it's a chance that you going to lose your whole hand. So you better be thanking God you only lost a finger. That's how I look at it. Because look, I poke the pit bull all the time and I lost a finger. But I'm thanking God. That's what I'm doing. I'm not crying about nothing. I'm not complaining about nothing. I'm not asking nobody to help, just the regular stuff. I filled out a loan for a house. I know my credit score is, and I know what it takes to get qualified. I just want you to do what you do with everybody else. Don't discriminate. Don't disobey the law. But I'm not asking for no favors. I'm not asking, not even my family, boy. I'm not crying. I'm not no crybaby. I understood the decision I made. I wanted to sue my city, and I'm going to stay intent on that, boy. I'm going to take everything that come with it. Now, my opponent, he ain't the same. He a crybaby. In every single way, he cry. You see a rich man complaining about stuff, he a crybaby. Bro, you got money, you need to thank God, bro. Like anything you do, thank God, bro. But you know, he walking around crying about stuff. Oh, you need to come back to Mississippi. Oh, you need to, oh, he crying. I don't do none of that. I ain't crying about nothing, bro. I ain't finna ask nobody. I ain't finna ask these people nothing. I'ma just do the things that everybody else do, and I expect the same treatment as everybody else. That's all I expect, to be treated like everyone else. That's what the law say, boy. And I enforce that. The law say to treat me like everybody else. That's what the law say. I'm a disabled veteran. And if you don't, you a disgusting piece of whatever you are. That's the only thing it is. I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I'm not picking up the phone saying, hey, go say something to somebody. Hey, go do this. Hey, go do this. And like a busybody, the Bible talk about that, the devil running to and fro. The devil running to and fro. He doing this, you doing this, you going to talk to this person. Oh, he over there, send somebody over. You over here, this what you doing. I'm not doing none of that. God don't do that. I'm not doing none of that, boy. I'm just living. You feel me? I'm filing my documents. I know what come with filing them documents, and I'm not going to cry about it. When you in my face with it, just be ready to stand or do whatever that is. Whatever you come with me at, just be ready for it, because whenever I come, I'm ready for it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not throwing my rock and I'm not hiding my hand. I'll help you out. I don't want to say it on the live stream because that document in federal court, but say the name of your city versus Gregory Dixon, the name of your city, and it's in federal court in a local district. So I'm not trying to throw no rocks and hide my hand. I told everybody, the whole state, the federal government know your city got sued. Whole city. I'm not throwing no rocks and hiding my hands, bro. I'm being real with it, Patrick. I'm just being all the way 1,000 with it, bro. I don't mess with nobody. I mind my business. It is what it is, y'all. Like I said, that's my time, man. You know, you get in situations like this. Y'all can see I've been dealing with it for so long, man. I'm not worried about no clowns. But you get in situations like this, bro, they bigger than you. And at first, when I started dealing with these situations and these kind of people, I didn't know how to deal with them, but I learned how to deal with them, bro. You just give it to God. God will deal with that. I promise you. Severely. We looking at a clock. He ought to be looking at his own clock because he know God coming. He knows God is. If anybody else know, he know God is coming. So he looking at his clock. You worried about my clock, you need to look at your clock. Just like I said, think about how many people Manuel Noriega murdered over drugs. And he murdered 100, and he murdered 200, and he murdered 399, and God said you ain't murdering another one. And then them people went and got him. It was over for him. Dead dog. Hang him on the roof. Hang that rooster on the pole. Dead dog. All them people that was with him when he was doing what he was doing, they watched him in the. She was, bro. I'm talking about he died like a dog. You hear me? That's how it happened, bro. God said all that you doing is gonna come full circle. You spew hate out your mouth, it's gonna come. It's coming back to you, bro. That's how it works. That's why what I do is I just catch my cut. I mind my business. I don't pay attention to nobody. If somebody disrespect me, I don't do what King Von do. Like if I have to defend myself, that's different. But I'm saying King Von wasn't defending himself. You call him the wrong word, he just gonna come find you and get you out of here. I don't do none of that. I'ma sue you. I'm going to take you in court in front of everybody and tell them what you did. And if you wrong, the law say you got to pay me money. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the law. The law could have said if you wrong, you got to go clean up trash on the beach for 15 weeks. The law don't say that. The law say you got to pay money. So if I'm making a profit off of your stupidity, who's stupid? I say this 1,000 times. This how I'm in the stream. My daddy say you come outside and a man owe you money and he laughing, banging his head against the wall. Why I'ma stop him? I'ma let that stupid idiot keep laughing, keep banging. As soon as he knock himself out, I'ma go in his pockets and get what he owe me. And he could wake up and kill me if he want to. He's still a stupid idiot. What you don't get about that? You still a stupid idiot. If you stupid, you stupid. You could kill somebody, you still stupid. You could get 1 million, you still stupid. You gonna be stupid till you change your stupidity. Ain't nothing could change your stupidity. You could clean a pig up and you could put a pig anywhere you want to put it. It's still a pig. That's the same thing. If you're doing stupid stuff, if you make laws different for rich people than you do regular people, you got to change all of that before you could get different results. Because if you don't change that, you could dress it up, that's all you doing. Like, we playing basketball like a little kid. You know that little kid that got beat at the basketball game and he pouting, now he want to fight. He want to fight. You know, he come out here talking smack on the court. I done beat him on the court. Now he want to fight. That's the same dude try to kill somebody when they outthink you. You a weak human, bruh. Somebody outthink you. You want on to kill you mad. Nah, little crybaby. Don't play the game if you gonna cry. You feel me, boy? I go across the world and sleep in my car and never complain or cry about nothing, standing 10 ready to slap the fire out of somebody. You don't see me crying. You see me ready to suck the fire from somebody. You don't see me asking somebody, hey, leave me alone so I could come back to Mississippi. I ain't do none of that, nigga. Excuse me. I'm going to sue you, and we going to get to it. And I ain't going to cry about it. I ain't even really going to talk about it until it's time for me to go back down to Gulfport to check with that judge and rule. That's the only time I care about it. Hey, this dude out here your whole life. He on the phone with this county, this police department, that police department. You moving all over the world. You care about that stuff, man. I don't care about that stuff. I stay in my lane, mind my business. I'm going to find that large body of water and I'm going to just chill, man, enjoy my life. You know what I'm saying? It's just the energies, y'all. That's my time, man. Like I said, bro, I get in them situations bigger than me. I just give it to God. Let God deal with them because God will deal with them. It might take God 20 years to get to you, but you on his list. And when he coming from you, ain't nothing your money could save you. You might as well preach a sermon to yourself. Because anything you do wrong, you're going to pay for it. Some people you do it to, though, God going to make you pay immediately. You might have did it to 5 people and got away with it. But on that 6th one, God said, that's it right here. This the pay one. This time you going to pay for it. And I believe in making people pay for stuff. You know what I'm saying? God know that. That's what I'm into. Pay for what you did. I had to pay for what I did wrong. I paid for it. Paid for it. Still paying for it. And I ain't even doing nothing wrong. See, why you don't have to pay for what you do wrong? Tell me what scripture, chapter, and verse that's written at? That you ain't got to pay for your wrong. Only certain people got to pay for their wrong. What scripture, chapter, and verse that said? I want to read that in the Bible. I got a Bible in my car. I'm finna go read that. I'm dead serious. Oh, you say it's not in the Bible. It's in the law. What state? It's in Michigan, Illinois, Colorado. Oh, it's in the U.S. law. That only certain people got to pay for what they do wrong. You see what I'm saying? So if I do stuff wrong, I got to pay for it. Why you ain't got to pay for it? Why you think you get to make up your own rules, bro? That's not how it works. It work like that in your mind. You see what I'm saying? And so you could say you Manuel Noriega, you cheated to win a fight. You got more money, so you bullying people. But in the end, you going to get yours. That's how that works. You going to get smashed in the end, boy. God going to come get you. That's how that works. That's how it worked every other time. And you ain't special. I just want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? People get so comfortable for so long. Jeffrey Epstein was comfortable for a long time. Be honest with yourself. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein ever in a million years could have ever seen how his life ended? He never seen that coming. In a trillion years, he never seen his life ending like that. The person saying somebody gonna get killed, God might have you get killed. You might get murdered. And you could sit there thinking that you will never see yourself get murdered. You might be not in a situation with people who will murder you. You might turn down the wrong street one day and somebody, oops, my bad, bam, you gone. You can't control nothing. God controlling it. But the men who thinking they controlling it keep trying. Manuel Noriega, you gonna win your 100 battles. And all them people you did that for, one day they gonna come in the streets and they gonna see you laying in the streets like a dog. Think about a John Gotti. Think about how many battles John Gotti won. Think about how many men John Gotti killed and walked away with it. What's that dude named? Whitey Bulger. Right in front of the government killing people. They letting them do it. Every dog gonna have his day, bro. It's wisdom that you don't have. I have the wisdom. That's like my end gonna be different than your end. Even if my end is sudden, it's gonna be peace. Because I see things that you don't see. But when his end coming, you will never see a man that sits that high. He'll never see how viciously he gonna fall. Never see it. Bruh, I promise you, Bin Laden in 1 trillion years. We all know it. We don't think like that. I'm talking about him, Bin Laden, in his head. Can he ever imagine him seeing a Navy SEAL come across around that corner and put 3 in his skull? You might say, yeah. He probably thought he was going to die in a missile attack or a bomb. I don't think he never thought he would see Americans in the house with his grandkids. Got his porno tapes. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know how it's going to end for you. We all think we know, bro, but I promise you, God is real. You don't have to believe in him. But when it's time to pay the piper, he going to send that death angel to get that payment. So keep messing with people. That's your energy. My energy, I never do that. I did it before, but I became a Christian. After I became a Christian, I don't try to use God as an excuse to do what I did before. You know what I'm saying? I don't never use God as an excuse. But that's just me though, man. You know, like I said, I ain't got nothing against nobody, bro. I love everybody, but man, like you coming for me, bro. I'm saying I just don't understand people. Like you come for people. Like if you coming for me, bro, you should be able to expect that I'm gonna slap you back. If you go around slapping people, how would the arrogance that you don't think somebody gonna get back at you? You sitting there defaming his character and he ain't gonna never say nothing to you about you, against you. I don't understand people's mentality. I know if I go out there and I pop that man's tire, I know that man right there, he gotta work something for the city or the county or the state. So it's like I should have enough brains to know that if I pop his tires, they got cameras up there, dude come down and see that I popped his tires, that he gonna respond to that. I'm saying, who do you think you are to think that you could do stuff and just people just supposed to take it? Like, what planet do you live on, bro? I'm going to stand 10 on mine. That's me. I'm going to stay. If I was around you, that's one thing. I ain't got nothing to do with you, and you still trying to say words in the darkness thinking I'm going to listen to them. I don't get that, bro. I'm standing 10 on mine. Ain't nothing changed with me. If anything, I'm going to sue you more and faster and quicker, and all you could do is cry and lose. Anything you do to losing that lawsuit, how you respond, you going to respond like King David? Oh, God sent him to cuss me. You know you ain't that righteous. You wish you was that righteous. You ain't going to respond like Jesus. They trying to kill you, and your boy done betrayed you, finna kill you. You going to stand up. This is the greatest commandment that you love. Bro, you a murderer. How you going to respond like that? You know you ain't going to respond like that. You going to murder because that's what you are. I don't care. Murderers come in all different shapes and sizes. A murder, you could see some people, a murderer, he could be a politician. There was a politician, I ain't gonna call his name, but that man was murdering judges. The government knew it too. He was knocking them off. You could be anything and be a murderer. You could wear a clergy gown and be a murderer. What you don't understand about that? You could be a police officer and put your knee on the dude's neck for 9, and you know what the city called you? A murderer. It don't matter. You think a murderer, they just on the south side of the Chicago. Oh, the murderers are on the such and such. No, you got murderers walking around you in your clothes, look just like you. I know so many secrets, bro. Bro, come on. So you can't condemn me, man, because I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not trying to be friends with them. I come where that computer at. This my friend right here. I'm crazy, y'all. That's my friend. I got mental problems. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm trying to do my part to teach ignorant people who hate on people how to stop, how to cut the hatred. You got to learn. I don't know. It's a complex situation to teach people that, hey, that's hatred. We look at it like simple things. Oh, like they just a hater. But you got to watch that person because they'll walk around doing it all day. That's hatred. We need to have a hatred police. Oh, that we'll write you a ticket. What you just said, that's hatred. But we ain't supposed to be policing people's words. But I'm saying they mentality, they got that hate in their mind. How you get rid of it? You get it out of society. Prejudice. It ain't just black and white people. Black people prejudice against white people. I know some mamas don't like their children because they fat. Think about that. Think about how your mama don't like her daughter because her daughter fat. Think about the mentality she got to have. Bro, that's like, Ella, that's stuff you supposed to get taught when you were 5 years old. And if you doing it at 60, it ain't no hope for you. Just could pray for you now. I promise you, ain't nobody gonna teach no 60. That's a lost cause. You just write them off. You feel me? So I'm just responding to what Patrick said, you know what I'm saying, earlier, man, just being 1,000 with it, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody. I got a lot of legal cases. I do a lot of legal work. I know a certain few people coming against me, and I know a couple of people, they ain't really against me. You know, they just trying to teach me something, but 1 or 2 dudes in there, that dude don't like me for real. He really against me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. And he say something to me directly if he ever got the courage to, which he never will have the courage to. But if if somebody called me and he said my name, I'll call him right now. I put that on my life. You can ask him, he know it. He gonna be hiding under the desk. I'm telling you. I do that with the governor. Everybody ain't answering the phone because they know I'm gonna come straight to you with it. That's what the Bible said do. That's what the gangster disciples told me to do. That's what the U.S. Army told me to do. They told me if I had a problem that I go up the chain of command, I tell my E5, anywhere you go, that's what they gonna tell you to do. You got a problem with a man, you step to him like a man. If you don't step to him like a man and you throwing rocks and high in your hands, you moving like a female. It's cool for a girl to move like a girl. She a girl. It works for her. But if you a man and you moving like a girl, you can't get no power. How can you be powerful and you acting like a weaker? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? We ain't talking about Ronda Rousey or a fighter. We talking about a regular girl like you, Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson get in there. He start putting on lipstick. He finna fight Muhammad Ali, bro. He in the ring. He start putting on lipstick. After he put his lipstick on, the ref ready to fight. He say, "Hold on a second. He gonna put a wig on." How you gonna win a fight like that? You acting like a girl. You ain't gonna get no respect. You could win the fight. You might can knock him out. Look dressed like a girl, but I'm saying who respecting you? That's what I'm saying. In my mind, that's how you acting if you throwing a rock and high in your hand. If you got a problem with me, pick up the phone and call me. My phone ain't ringing, but a lot of people got a problem. You do the math. If I had a problem with you, I promise you, I'm going to tell you. You can ask 1,000 people that know me straight to your face, just like it come to my mind. Straight to your face. I'm not going to walk around the corner and tell that dude, nah, I'm not going to be nasty with you. I'm going to do whatever the situation is and you saying, if you saying some hateful stuff, I'm going to tell you, you a racist. I'm not going to say you a racist. I'm going to call you a derogatory name. That's intentional. When I call you, if you a different race from me and I call you a derogatory name, I'm trying to tell you, you acting like a racist. I see some racism in you somewhere. That's the only reason I do it. I don't go up to them and say, hey, you being racist and try to teach them like that, because I think they learn better by if I feeling racism for you and I say a word that you know is racist and derogatory towards you, I'm immediately making you feel how you made me feel immediately. Because sometimes people say and do things, you can't litigate them. They wrong and you know they wrong and their intention wrong, but you got to get the proof to get them. You see what I'm saying? So I know that I got experience in dealing with this. So you gotta wait. You might not could get them. So I'm gonna deal with you right now. You ain't did nothing I could sue you on. You say something derogatory or you acting racist, I'm gonna say something to you to let you see that this is how I feel about how you acting. Cause I could see the racism. You look, a person might not know a man might not know he got a mental disability. That happens all the time. It's people walking around here that need to be on checks and medicine. I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to be funny. Or for a while, you might not know you got a mental disability. So just because you don't understand that you a certain kind of way, because I'll break it down for you how you are. You know, if you got coward tendencies, bro, you do cowardly stuff. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna call a man a chicken if he walk away from the fight and you won't even tell the man you got a problem with him? You got a problem with somebody, but you don't have the intestinal fortitude to pick up the phone and tell them what your issue is. I mean, I don't get it. People got their own way of doing stuff. They do it the way they do it. I'm just saying, I'm going to do it the way I know how to do it. If I got a problem with this dude, I'm going to step to him and I'm going to tell him immediately. I'm not going to go tell 10 people, then go tell him. I'm going to go tell him first. That way, if he come back and tell me that I told 10 other people, you know what I'm going to say? I already told you that, boy. I told you you got a problem. I'm going to tell him first. Yeah, that's what I was raised with. I don't talk behind her. We say it to his face. I'm a thoroughbred. I don't fake and I don't hate. I'm going to tell you straight up to your face. Hey, you said such and such and so-and-so. That's not cool. And then after I tell you, you could come back and say, I told anybody, I told you first. See, that's not how them fake people are. They're going to have a whole conversation behind that person back and ain't going to tell them nothing. And all 10 people going to be looking at them and laughing at them and ain't going to tell them nothing. I ain't like that. The people around me, they ain't like that. They try to like saying they telling me some truth, but they really being mean. They trying to be mean, but they say they telling me truth, like it's hurt my feelings. You feel me? My credit score better than yours. You feel me? I mean, come on, man. Like you come outside and a man got a foundation built. So say you come to this pavilion, all you see is a foundation built. And you catch him in the middle of building a pavilion, but you got your pavilion built. And you come over here and he building one, but all he got is his foundation built. And so you sitting there laughing at him because you got yours built. But the first storm come off that water, your pavilion going in that water with you. That's why it's taking so long to build mine. Because what I'm building ain't going to be faded or jaded by nothing. But the first storm comes to your building, you go into that water. My building is taking longer, but when I finish building it, it's going to be here. It ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. It's the work that I do, bro. And it's hard to find somebody who could do what I do as good as I do, as honest as I am. You know what I'm saying? Some men do the stuff and they do it and they doing it just, for whatever reason. You could say I'm benefiting off of it. Yeah, I get a check. You need to tell the law to change the law. Listen, this is what I'm saying. If I go in this dude's pocket and he at work, while he at work, I'm going to go slap him and I'm going to take his money from him. And I'm saying like he ain't supposed to go do nothing about that. Like say he go to the police and the police do the charge, but then next he could sue him. He could get money. So, he get money off of it. So who cares? Stop being stupid and you wouldn't have to give up your money. It's easy. I think that's the whole point. They want somebody to rob you, so you'll stop doing stupid stuff. Like when you let your employee call somebody an N-word, and if that man rob you for $3 million, I bet you ain't gonna let it happen again. I don't care how rich you are. You can't just keep you passing out $3 million on nothing, no kind of investment or nothing. You throwing away $3 million, and getting in trouble every time you doing it. The government slapping you in your mouth. You can't keep doing that. You're going to stop doing it. That's the whole point. So, yes, I'm supposed to get money off of it. That's the point, to detour you from stop hating people. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the lawmakers. Get mad at the Constitution. Get mad at the federal law. It's written. You just think you ain't supposed to obey it, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Real talk. That sounds funny, but it's the truth. That's a perfect example in America where there's the same law applies to everybody, but we gonna let this dude just go molest children. They didn't let R. Kelly do it. He in jail. They put Bill Cosby in jail. You want to keep going? They put Mike Tyson in jail. They put so many men in jail for doing that. But Jeffrey Epstein, though, and I'm talking about Mike Tyson wasn't molesting no children. Those were grown women that accused him of rape. But you know, with Jeffrey Epstein, though, yeah, it could be 12-year-olds. And we got all the proof. We ain't going to just turn our back. We going to sign a piece of paper to let you do it. Yeah, that's how it works. It's different laws for them. Nah, I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe in that Bernie Sanders stuff. I subscribe to that AOC stuff. That dude ain't no different. Yeah, I'm going to sue the snot out you. I'm going to sue you till you kill me. Yeah. Yeah, and when you kill me, when they put them bullets in me, boy, I'ma still be saying, boy, you lucky. You this close. You a lucky mother. You feel me? You this close, boy, because I would have sued you again. You feel me? That's Trill, boy. You don't know nothing about Trill. All you know about is that goofy little goofy stuff y'all got going on. We gonna let a dude molest 15-year-olds. That's what you know about. A 50-year-old molest 15-year-old. It's corruption. And so the corrupt people crying about getting sued and having to pay money that's going in my pocket. You crying about getting sued to pay money. Well, what happened when this dude sue him? Oh, he get to keep the money. Well, what happened? Oh, he get to keep. So I'm keeping the money too. I'm going to come rob you, boy. You pull a gun out on me, boy, I'm going to thank the Lord, boy. If you lucky enough, boy, if you lucky, you know what's going to happen to you, though. The same you already know. But if you lucky enough, boy, when they got me on the gurney, I'm a saying, boy, that boy so lucky, I finna sue him again. Yeah, boy. You ain't this ain't no clown. Hey, this ain't no clown network. This a real deal Holyfield channel. You see me? You feel me? King David, when the dude came up to him and cussed him, he had all the power to annihilate him. You know what he said? God sent him to curse me. God sent me to curse you, boy. He sent me to curse you. So you do what you want to do. I know what's going to happen to you. Same thing happened to Manuel Noriega. Same thing happened to Jeffrey Epstein. He got away with it for a long time. For a long time, didn't he? For a long time. Had the federal government protection and everything. And then one day, you hear that knock? Hey, what's that woman he was with all the time? Maxwell. Hey, Maxwell, go answer the door. And he go answer the door. And it's some men dressed in black. And they ain't no FBI. And this ain't no movies. And you know what he's saying? We coming for that payment. You owe us. He ain't die right then. Because it's another day came and them boys came knocking on that door. We need that payment. Because the law say and God say and you doing this. So, yeah, that not coming. You could be Al Capone. You know how many battles Al Capone won? Oh, there go another one Al Capone killed. He didn't kill so many people. They fear him tremendously. How did it end for him? The same way it ended for all the rest of them. The same way. You can't win. You can't beat God. The Buddha, the Indians call it karma. A lot of Americans do too now, but it's God. You're not gonna be able to beat that. You can't outrun God. He gonna send that death angel to knock on your door one day. And he ain't gonna be looking for your wife. And when he come get you, it's gonna be a spectacle. That's how God do it. It's going to be a spectacle, and we all going to be watching. Imagine Manuel Noriega. You don't know how powerful that man was, killing congressmen in his country. He was knocking out congressmen. He would knock off anybody who spoke against him. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think he ended up being like a congressperson or something. That man was powerful over there in Colombia. And one day, bruh, that boy on the ground, bruh, butt naked. He a dead dog. And it's put on TV. That's what happened. The great man, and he on the ground, a dead dog. Might as well, Colombian soldiers, they might as well put their foot on the boy's head, just like this. They got a trophy, his body a trophy. The great Manuel Noriega, undefeated. I'm talking about, I promise on everything I love, the Colombian government was scared of him. He was taking out politician after politician. They all was dying. The president was in hiding, bruh, scared of Noriega, bruh. But here come that U.S. military. Nancy Reagan, war on drugs. Wasn't that during Nancy Reagan time? Or I think it might have been right before it. CIA, I think George Bush, that first Bush, that was about that time period. And they said they got tired of it. Your time is up. Here come that black, here come them angels. It ain't nothing you could do about it. I don't care how much power you got. I don't care how much money you got. Here it come. Jeffrey Epstein, think about it. All that time he did that to their children, until them angels come knocking on that jail door. It don't matter how he died. It's just time. They come knocking. You might not be ready to die. You might think you could beat this trial. You might have information on everyone in the world, but it's that payday. It's payday. I'm a litigator. You understand that I am giving documents to a court. I just did this in Mississippi. And that judge got to get them a federal judge, and he got to look and make sure that's legal. He's not going to argue for me or against me. He ain't supposed to. He's the referee. If it's legal, he going to throw it out there, and then people going to get served. So you got to understand, I understand right and wrong and holding people accountable. The same thing with God. He going to come knocking one day on your door. And all that stuff, as rich as you are, that you got away with, he going to come knocking. You could be Ozzy Osbourne. You could live to be 70 and die peacefully. But one day, you don't understand that. See, he lived 70 peacefully. He wasn't really no crazy person. I'm talking about them Al Capone types, them people going around thinking you could take somebody's life. God gonna come knocking that for you one day, boy. And it's gonna be a spectacle when he gets you. Yeah, boy, it's gonna be a spectacle. The great Al Capone walking around his house like a madman. This boy don't know if he coming or going, then lost his mind. I'm talking about all the way lost it. He walking around his house. He don't know who is who is who. You notice how he could have just died. People speculate on how Al Capone passed away, but he could have just passed away. You see what I'm saying? They could have got him like they got Bonnie and Clyde. They could have baited him a situation. He could have passed away. He didn't, though. That boy suffered first. He lived where he didn't even know if he was coming and going. And then they took him. That's that death angel. You could do what you want to do, bro. You feel me? Cause you think cause you could murder someone, that ain't nothing special. It's boys in Chicago that got plenty of murders under their belt. And they ain't worth $5. They just got away with it. But guess what come happen one day? Every time. I'm a legal person. I know how this works. Look, that knock on that door isn't going to come when you're doing the stuff you're doing. It's going to come afterwards. Sometimes it come directly after. Sometimes God might let you get 30, 40, 50 years to do what you're doing before he comes. I can't judge. I'm not the judge. I'm just the litigator. All I'm going to do is put it on paper and tell God or tell the judge that what you're doing wrong. I'm not the judge. You try to be a judge and come up with your own stuff, y'all. I don't do that. Y'all know I don't do that. Y'all know how I get down. I'm going to just read the law and say, oh, he doing this wrong. You wrong. What? And you still doing it. And you saying, oh, he getting sued and getting paid. Oh, really? That he is? He getting sued and getting paid. Well, tell the judge that I'm getting sued. Which one of them courts and judges you going to tell I'm getting sued and get paid? Because they serving a lawsuit. So which one what you gonna do? You gonna try to go get all the cases to get a new judge, but I'm saying what you gonna do about them judges that ruled on all them cases? Oh, pay him. He got paid. He got paid. He got paid. Find me which case that you could say that I lied one time about one word. A lawyer never accused me, bro. If I could get to that BMW right now, hold on a second. Let me show you something. I want to show you something. And look, if I printed all the documents on that computer just in the month that I've been in Tennessee, just on that computer, I promise you, I got to delete some of them files. It's going to be over 1,000 pages in just a month. But you talking about 18 months in Houston, bro, I want to show you this. This ain't even half of this, just the important stuff. I got 3,000 pages of important stuff. You talking about all the documents I filed in 3 years. Look at that. I want to show you. Look, y'all. 3,000 pages of important stuff. Pick it up. How heavy this is, boy. This briefcase probably weigh about 50 pounds of just documents. That's what I filed. I know what I'm talking about. How many documents you filed? How many documents your lawyer filed? And how many times I beat your lawyer? Because you know I'm a beater. Ain't nobody gonna argue with me. I'm right. If the judge smart, he right. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. That's right, because I'm not going to sue you. But you know, I said, bro, if I walk in this park, I promise you, I could, because the police don't do this. So people don't know. They don't know civil law. I know the law. I'm a walking law encyclopedia. Just picture a law book and look at me. I know it. I know codes, ordinances, and everything. It's crazy. That's why every time I go in a place, I look at all the law signs. And my memory's so good, so I just read it and I just remember it. Bro, I know codes, or you know how many cities I go to and ordinances all across America. I just be knowing they law. And it's just something inside of me. Bro, I could walk in this park, I guarantee you I'll find 50, because it's civil law. That's what it is. But I don't do that. It's a man in California, I said it, bro, he filed 400 and some lawsuits. He'll come to a business, he'll look for a handicap ramp. And if that handicap ramp is wrong, he gonna report it, take it to a lawyer, and go looking for the next one. And the lawyer give him $4,000. Yeah, he get $4,000 for reporting you not having a handicap ramp. That's the law. 400 lawsuits times 4,000 every case. You do the math. He ain't even saying they ain't really doing nothing wrong. They really are, but that ain't really nothing wrong. We just don't have a ramp. What I'm saying is, I'm saying that dude is intentionally trying to cause emotional distress and harm. I'm saying he this close from being a criminal. You know, harassment is criminal too. It's civil and criminal. See, I'm teaching you. You know what I'm saying? Discrimination ain't criminal. There's no criminal, nothing about discrimination. You freaking N-word. The police can't do nothing about that. That's all civil. But if that girl call and say you harassing or stalking her, you this close, that's almost not civil. Harassing and stalking is almost not, that's criminal too. You see what I'm saying? I could sue you in civil court for harassment and stalking. Harassment is big when you go doing any of the titles of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Harassment is big in ADA, not as big as in the Civil Rights Act, but harassment is big in litigating cases. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying harassment is this close, bro, if somebody's saying harassing, it's like really the police could come get you for even if it's civil. It just depends how they write the law in the states. Because I'm saying harassment is really like you doing something wrong. If I walk in the store and slip and fall, the store, what did they really do wrong? Oh, they left this towel or this wet foil. Yeah, they shouldn't have did that, but that's not really nothing malicious. You see what I'm saying? It ain't really no bad intent unless they did it on purpose. But I'm saying you harassing, you can't got no excuse for harassing nobody. You could say whatever you want to, but in real life, you ain't got no excuse for harassing nobody. None. If they do something wrong, violate them. They got laws, violate them. Bill Cosby did something wrong, violate him. What you harass? You gonna let Bill, brother, mentality, I'm gonna let Bill Cosby go out there and do something wrong and I'm gonna just harass him and not put him in jail. It don't make no sense, y'all. That's my time, man. It's been 3 hours. I spent a whole hour with y'all, man, talking about stuff, man. I got a lot of cases right now. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 cases. People pop in the stream all the time. They're aware of those cases, so they make comments that y'all might not understand. That your boy just get off on it, man. Like, you know, I really do wish I could just do live streams where all I do is talk about legal cases, but we done politics for so long and people enjoy and want us to do the politics, so that's why I do the politics. You know what I'm saying? But that last hour, y'all, that was just me doing my legal thing. It's called Legal Wars Live. And that's why I started Ameliorate Legal LLC for that purpose, man. I am a justice fighter. I fight for the rights of the people. I say civil rights fighter, that's exactly what I am because the nature of my case, but I'll defend a white person just like I will a black person. It don't matter. Don't pick on somebody that's smaller than you. Don't gang up in a group and pick on people. That's stuff weak people do. You know, the strongest person that I ever seen, you know what I'm saying, in any kind of man's writing or literature was Achilles. Achilles, when they killed Achilles' cousin, Achilles got on that horse. Achilles was a respected soldier. The entire Greek army would have gave their life for that boy. He was Trill. That boy got on that horse by himself. And you know what he did? He rode to Persia or whoever they were fighting. I forgot about now, but I don't pay attention to the unimportant stuff. But he called their king, their prince out. He kept calling them. They could have killed Achilles. That's what I'm saying. He don't care nothing about that. That's what you care about. You care about eating your Fruit Loops and your cake and smiling and hanging with people. You not made like me, bruh. We made of a different kind of fabric. You feel I'm made of that Martin Luther King fabric, that Malcolm X fabric, bruh, that Tupac fabric. I'ma stand 10 on it regardless. You could simp some men and get some men like back down because they scary. That's what you are. That's why you think it'll work for me. Some men ain't like that, bruh. And I just not one of those ones that's just gonna butt like that. I just don't do that, man. Like, I don't have to. If it's the law, I respect the law. That's the law. If it's whatever, I respect that. But I'm saying some man who ain't kin to me, I don't care if he kin to me, I'm 45. I'm not staying in my daddy house. What he gonna tell me to do? Where does that happen at in life where a fathers tell 45-year, not give them advice, tell them what to do? That don't happen nowhere in life. It ain't gonna happen with me either. Boy, I'll slap you 5 times and 6 times on Sunday. That's my mentality. I never break. Not like you thinking. I break and cry and fold before God about some sin or about me being thankful for his grace. But as far as with a man, I'm not going to break. That girl put a gun on me in Houston. The only thing that the devil kept telling me was kill her. That's what he said. I promise you, the devil told me 30 times to kill that girl. And you could say a Christian don't listen to the devil all you want to. The devil told me to beat a boy with a can of air freshener. I beat that boy I beat him like he was a drum. I was beating on his face. And I'm a strong dude. I'm talking about he was so shocked he couldn't see in the middle of the library. Ain't nobody with his I beat him like a drum. This girl done pulled a gun on me and she walking back to my car. Thank God it was a girl. If it was a dude, that Lexus, I would have Suge Knighted him. Y'all seen that? I tell people all the time, bro, Suge Knight ran over a dude. He put it in reverse. I'm talking about he ain't run over. He was doing about 50. He ran back over him. Okay, I could have just turned my car. I probably would have went home. That wasn't good for Suge Knight. He put it back in park one more time, and he ran over the dude again. Yeah, I'm a Suge Knight. I run over that boy 5 times, boy. You hear me? Yeah, boy. He just on something different, Patrick. Man, I care about truth. I care about righteousness, and I care about justice. That's what motivates me. I'm not motivated by being friends with them people over there on. That's not motivates me. I did all of that. I would like to be friends with anybody, but I really don't care, to be honest with you. I'm 45. I'm not motivated by a pretty girl, bro. I'm single. I want to get married, bro. Of course I do. Yes, indeed. But that's not what motivates me. I'm not motivated by the money. I need the money, but I'm not motivated by the money. I'm not going to let you slide on paying the money, because if I let you slide, you ain't going to learn what you need to learn. That's the whole point. That's your spanking, boy. Go get your wallet, boy. I'm finna take your money publicly and brag about it. That's to keep you from discriminating on disabled veterans. Somebody slow, man. I be trying to help them. I be loving them. I love on them. That's what Jesus did. They killed Jesus. Jesus still love on them. He had mercy on them. Man, you less of a human. I hate to sound like that, bruh. But they just know some human beings are superior. They're superior, bro. I promise you. So look, if I didn't have to where me getting along with people, bro, I promise you, I would be on every. Go get the richest people in the world, and you sit them down with a table with me across from my mind, and let's have a thinking match. I'm trying to tell you, get your brightest, your smart. I go against the lawyers. I do that. Bro, a man like who ain't got no law license to tell a judge, a federal judge, before the case first started, I'm going to get paid. I don't care how you rule. And after the case, he ruled against me. It went to the appeals court, came back, and before he could open his mouth a second time, I got paid. Come on, man. You don't see no attorneys do that unless they Freemasons. Real talk, they got to be in a boys club to be able to move like that. And I'm talking about an attorney. You ain't going to see that from nobody but a Freemason. Real talk. And I'm not no Mason. And that boy winning everything. Got dude over there. He over there with his lip on the floor. He crying. Man, he beat me. He beat mama. He beat me in basketball. I want to go beat him up. He beat me. Because she ain't never trained you to, after you lose, bro, to just take it. You feel me? You know how I lose, bro. Y'all ever watch me in the game, bro? If I play good game, because I know that you know what to do better than me. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm not stupid like you. You sitting there thinking that I know the dude. I'm going to beat him. Listen, the reason why I don't never lose, because I don't fight battles that I know I'm finna lose this. I know I'm going to lose it. I know I'm going to lose it. I'm not. The only way I'm going to fight that battle is to set you up for this to come behind you and hit you again. I know I'm finna lose this. I'm finna just let that be what that is. I know how that is, but see, you try to control everything, you get yourselves in situations that you can't control. You can't control everything in life, boy. Because you were successful 95 times, that 96th time is what's going to destroy the whole world, dumb. Like, you need people who just think a certain kind of way. And I know a lot of people don't think like me, but I just think like that, bro. I'm going to see it for what it is. I don't got no kind of nothing. If I see a man, like I'm sitting here watching on TV, Black Lives Matter, and I'm watching a 2-year-old baby got killed in the middle of the protest, and they in Chicago, they ain't say nothing about that baby that got killed. But they talking about a cop. You got 5 cops that killed 5 black people, and you got 5 million black people that killed 5 million black people. But you, listen to me now. That's what I'm saying. I'm a black person, but I don't care nothing about that. I know I can see. Facts. Could see if a black person, they've been and pulled the wool over you. That's how you get done. In the streets, that's how you get got. See, y'all probably mess with a bunch of good people who ain't gonna do you like that, but in the streets, they prey on the weak. You can't be weak like that. That's weak thinking. You feel what I'm saying? It's just what it is, man. It's just what it is. I try to keep it as real as I can, though, Pat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wanted to do that content, man, that whole hour, because I would love to discuss legal wars live. You know what I'm saying? It's just that a lot of times I filed the cases, like I learned when I litigate, like the judge, they don't really want you, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, oh, he got a podcast. He gonna be loud capping. But I feel like you need to be loud cap because you stupid shouldn't have did what it take to get stewed, bro. To be so arrogant to somebody telling you, look, you sitting there poker, you got the stick. Let me find. I love illustrate because it help people see. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you tell people stuff they can't understand it. So you got to illustrate a little bit, you know. I know my mind way more creative, so I could put pictures in my mind. If they can't do that, you know, they struggling. So let me help your little puny brain out, your little weak brain out. You know what I'm saying? This is a pit bull right here. You poke that pit bull like 3 times. You know, at first he, you know what I'm saying? You know, he just want to play with you, but you don't want to play with him. You want to poke him because you're really evil in your heart. That's the problem. It's a spirit that you have. It's an evil spirit. It's an evil nature, a mischievous nature. So you know, some kids like this, they over there, they starting fires and stuff, always just into something. So you over there poking the pit bull, and now he done snapped half of the thing off. Now you walking around with the thing like this. But you a smart kid though. So you stop poking the pit bull for 3 minutes, then you start poking them with that thing, and now you got only got 5 fingers left, or 3 fingers in the thumb. Now you over there poking the pit bull, you got 3 fingers in the thumb. Now you walking over here to daddy, and you want to cry to daddy and say the pit bull took your hand off. If I'm your daddy, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say, son, thank God that the pit bull didn't take your whole hand. He just took 1 finger. Sound crazy, huh? Cause see, I poke a bear. I don't poke pit bulls. I poke bears, and I've lost fingers from poking them bears. But I understand that poking that bear, I might lose a finger, so I'm not crying or in no sissified mentality or state. This comes with what I do. It comes with it. You suing a whole city, yeah, that comes with it. You gonna be down bad sometimes till that judge finish that case. I understand that. But dude don't want to never lose nothing. He ain't never down bad. He always good. I don't know how you growing with God and you stay in the comfort zone. You live in the comfort zone. That's why a lot of y'all ain't got no better. You the same way since you was my age. And you 70. And you ain't grew no more for God. Because you've been in your comfort zone. I stay outside my comfort zone. I don't even have a comfort zone. I'm more comfortable in the trenches than I am in the house. I'm more comfortable outside the comfort zone. Because outside the comfort zone, I know I'll bust your head at any minute. Real talk with no apologies. I feel like I'm in a situation like that's uncomfortable, so yeah, I'll do it gladly. Just waiting and praying for you because it's been a long time, and I'm going to remind you of something real quick. You feel me? That's my mentality, man. Legal wars live, man. That's what I do, man. I litigate cases. I'm a justice fighter. I fight for justice. I feel like in my heart as a disabled veteran, every time I hold somebody responsible for discriminating against me, I'm protecting the next disabled veteran that they would discriminate against. You understand that? So if the judge say that you got to pay $10,000, just stop crying, pick your nose up off the ground, stop crying like a little girl. You out here at the casino and you betting and you done lost. And now you going home with your wife crying like a little girl. Stop crying, boy. Pick your mouth up off the ground. You play the game. You a harasser, get out there and start harassing again. Harass harder. That's what I do. Because every time you come, I'm going to fire one at you. The reason why I stopped firing this one, I thought I had one on that oil change company, but it looked like I might not get one on that oil change company. So that 4th one might be my last one. That's why I held it. Y'all know how I do. I always keep one in the chamber. That's crazy, huh? That boy say that people know me. No, I always hold one lawsuit. I'm always holding one lawsuit. That come from them streets. I'ma always keep one in the chamber. You see what I'm saying? So that way you could fire that one in the chamber quick. That one bullet might save your life, and if he coming for you, you fire that one in the chamber, click, and then I'm a load that clip on you. Are you gonna think I was in Detroit, boy? That Icewear Viso, boy, I'm gonna have that thing hanging out the window like a monkey wrench, boy. You hear? Hey, La Rondell, hey, man, boy, how that thing hanging out the window, blazing like a monkey wrench, boy. I mean, some people, I was in the Army, man, U.S. Army. They taught me in the Army to, in any situation, if I was deployed, as God is my witness, even as a cook, I would have did everything them generals taught me to do, and I would have bust your head. Just like that Navy SEAL. You don't think it's gangster when that Navy SEAL put 2 in Bin Laden, do you? You don't think that's gangster? We celebrate that. Yeah, we celebrate that. Them Navy SEALs, they kill people all the time. You feel me? Get rid of them. Get them out of here. They need to go. If the military don't want that behavior, you don't look at, this ain't no fight between 2 people. That dude is jacked up. And you know he jacked up. He jacked up and you know he jacked up. He Jeffrey Epstein. You gonna turn your back on him, somebody you know got some money. Well, then when your country destroyed, that's your problem. You letting people molest children if they got money. If I want to be a child molester and get away with it, I just go get some money. Just work hard your whole life and turn 60 and retire a child molester in America. And you won't go to jail. Unless they think, and then they'll hang you in jail. It's just facts, man. We got to live by what's real and what's true. Not how we want it to be, not how we envision it, how we see it. I go by just like it is. If I said something stupid in the gas station, that's why I apologize so much. People who know me know I'm always saying I'm sorry. And they like, why he's saying I'm sorry? Because I see things different than y'all do. All those little turns and tweaks, and I see all of that. I be seeing all of that. And that's how I see my wrong. I see so much in my wrong, in my words, in my speech, and my walk. That's why them words, I'm sorry, because I just be trying to self-correct myself as I go. You see what I'm saying? But this dude jacked up. He know he jacked up. He don't care. He know the system corrupt, so he playing on a corrupt system. He playing on the system. He know the system. He don't care about none of it. I ain't into that. I'm finna sue him. I don't want the system to be the corrupt. If the system wasn't corrupt, ain't nobody finna harass me, because you ain't got nothing to harass me about. Legally, if somebody do something wrong, put them in jail. Do them like I'm going to do you, because you do something wrong to me, I ain't going to let you make it. Yeah, I'm going to beat you up or cut your neck or shoot you in your mouth and sue you. Because that's going to be, I have panic attacks. So that's a tremendous, but I'm telling you, I'm a history in law. I'm like the legal King Von. You ever imagine if I was King Von and I killed somebody and sued their family? God dang. Boy, that's cold-blooded. You killed them and sued their family. Sued them after they dead, boy. Yeah, that's me. I killed a boy. I'm going to have a panic attack. I have panic attacks. I'm going to go to the hospital and sue you after I killed you. Shot him in the mouth while he was talking and then sued him. Bro, I promise you, I'll beat that boy down and then sue him. Take your money. I'll beat you up and take your money. Them boys out here playing with me, bro, ain't on that level. You are not on that level. You could get away with a lot of slick stuff with people I don't know. Send somebody at me where I know his first and last name. I know him. Send somebody at me like that. You ain't got a military that could protect that boy. Because I got the law. And you know what the military gonna do eventually when they see the law? They gonna go with what the law say. Watch in America, that's how it works. Jeffrey Epstein got away with it for a while, but in the end, his money couldn't save him. That death ain't, and they went with what the law say. And that's what'll happen to any person going against the law. You'll get away with it for a while, but eventually they're gonna go with what the law say. They're gonna turn on you. I promise. I'm telling you, I done seen this story 1,000 times. They'll turn on you in a heartbeat. Then sign the paper, said they let you do what they had to do. And then the next president come in, Josh Shapiro elected, and then everything you doing, he trying to lock all y'all in jail. I'm telling you, you don't know how that stuff goes, how God works and stuff. That stuff happen and it'll turn on you so fast and you don't even see it turning. And it'll turn on you so fast. If you don't have the wisdom to understand this, you ain't gonna get it. It's gonna go over your head. But my only fight is to try to get people to stop with the hatred. You know how you say you hating? That's what I'm talking about. Because the simple words that you hating, pointing someone saying that they might say you ugly, they might say you fat, they might turn their nose up at you. I'm trying to stop all of that. Because that ugly, fat, well, you keep on going, stink, you keep calling those adjectives, and behind that hatred is going to be discrimination or racism. 10 out of 10 times, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I did this. Because that hatred is what's making you say that person got a nappy hair. That's hatred. That's doing that. You might not concede the racism or the discrimination. It's black people do it. You don't think a black person can discriminate against another disabled black person just because they both black. What's that mean? You don't think a black person could hate another black person. You see what I'm saying? People, they don't understand how the thing go, bro. Hatred don't see no color. Hatred don't see none of that. It's hatred. That's what I fight, hatred. It ain't got nothing to do with it is civil rights, but I'm saying if black people hate ganging up on a white person, let that white person come to me. That black, they gonna hate me. Cause I'm not, it's like I took an oath to defend that law. We gotta start hating each other, bro. That's the problem. We hate each other. That's hatred. You can hate somebody and don't even know you hate them. Oh, I don't hate that person. You know how you can love somebody. Usually you think you know you love somebody, but a lot of times people don't even know if you love or don't love people. You're not plugged in. You too lost into that other stuff out there in society. And you're not plugged in with your spirit and your soul. You got to plug in with your spirit and your soul and take control of yourself. Some of these men doing this stuff, they can't even control themselves. It's not that people are telling them what to do and dictating their actions. They can't even control themselves. You got to take control of yourself and of your mind. Y'all, it's been 3 hours and 15 minutes, man. I'm about to get on down. Like I said, something is bigger than me, man. I give it to God. You know what I'm saying? Especially doing what I do, I face things that's bigger than me, like constantly, all the time, bro. Like I'm up against something that, you know what I'm saying, that could utterly destroy me. You know what I do? I take whatever that is and I'm sit it at the feet of God. That's how I deal with that. I sit it at God's feet. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up in the morning, I thank God. Start every day from a mentality of thanksgiving. That's how you're going to increase your blessings, by being thankful. If you're walking around thinking negative things, then it's going to play out in your actions. You're going to be speaking negative towards people. That's not good. You're going to be doing negative things towards yourself, not believing in yourself. That's not good. But if you start your day in thankful, I thank God. God, thank you for letting me live another day. God, thank you for my car. God, thank you for me having money in my pocket and money in the bank. God, thank you for giving me a mama who loved me, who would do anything for me. God, thank you for giving me a daddy who loved me. God, thank you for giving me a church where they taught me about Jesus and how to live right and do right. It's so many things you got to thank God about. It's so many people who will look at your life and wish they could have what you have. But I don't have this. Oh, but they don't have none of that. And they won't, at least they could have that if they had your life. So many people. But people don't think like that. I used to be like that, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick and I'm gonna let you go. God had put me in a situation where he had gave me a small blessing. This ain't nowhere recent. This like back last time, like when I was in 20, about 15 years ago, 2010. Look, or a little bit later than that, 2015, 2016, about 8 years ago. So look, God had gave me a small blessing. I had started getting money, changed my life. Bro, I got an apartment in a gated community. I was driving an Acura. You see what I'm saying? I'm feeling good about myself. But like I would always look over and I just felt like I was coming up just a little bit short and I didn't deserve it. Yeah, I was making money. All my bills was paid easily. I had extra money to give to girls. But I'm saying it was just an unhappiness. And that unhappiness caused me, that's what happens. That negativity, bro, that negativity is going to lead you to that spot of darkness. You got to root that negativity. You got to get that negativity out of you. Listen, somebody walk up to me right now and disrespect me, I'll slap the fire from them. You feel like that's negativity. I don't. Because that's not in me. I'm not walking around looking at this dude saying, I'm finna slap the fire from him. Nah, that's not in me. It's not in me at all. I'm saying it'll come out if you bring it out. But I'm saying I don't walk around with it in me. People just walk around like this person is this person is that. You see what I'm saying? They got it in them. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no fight. It ain't no like battle. They ain't got no cause. They just don't like this person because their skin is dark. It's too dark. Your skin is too dark. I don't like you. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We got to rid out the hatred, man. I appreciate y'all, though. I love y'all. All of y'all who watched this after it was recorded, that's 3 hours and 15 minutes. About an hour and 15 minutes of straight truth, man. Legal Wars Live, man. That's what I do, man. In case y'all forgot, I'm out of here on the road, man. I got to get out of here, though, man. I got some stuff that I need to take care of. But I really do enjoy, like, doing the live stream and kicking it with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be live again on Saturday. I'm sure I'm going to go live before Saturday, but definitely Saturday at 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. Until that time, y'all, we the people too, up on YouTube, under the video tabs. You know what I'm saying? I got Discover Your Passion, all of the Discover Your Passion series. Great videos, man. Great content. You know what I'm saying? September, the end of August makes a year that we've been doing Legal Wars Live. I promise everybody that we're going to get off the live stream. I promise I'll do that soon. You know what I'm saying? But within that year, man, you just think about the content that I brought you. My fans would tell me that. Think about how we started. You know what I'm saying? Think about how we started Legal Wars Live with them talking about the background and everything. But I kept it real. I didn't use no green screen. And then from January to March, the content, bro, Seth Rogen, I'm saying he ain't bringing no content like that, though. He can, but he's not. Bro, I went to they was in Austin. You know what I'm saying? I went to every city in Texas. And then when I left Texas and I went to North Carolina, Tennessee, then Illinois, then I'm here, and I'm bringing content everywhere I go, man. They got travel channels like that on YouTube. I guess people make travel vlogs all over America all the time. But I'm saying, what political, you know what I'm saying, that's bringing content like that and doing interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just do that for my fans, though, really. You know what I'm saying? I got in a situation where, I was kind of put in that situation where I had to choose to stand 10 on what I believe or take a knee and bow. And I don't take no knees to nobody but God. So that's what that is. And whatever come behind that, I promise I'm not going to cry like you. I'm not going to cry like you. I promise you. I'm going to stand all 10 on what I believe. I don't kneel to nobody but God. Real talk, I'll lay my head down on a platter for you to behead me. Because I think when I die, I don't think like the Muslims, I'm going to get 1,000,000 virgins, but I do think I'm going to go to heaven for that. What the Bible say if I die in his name? Because I'm not bowing to no man. I don't bow to men. Bro, if you come in the hotel room or anywhere over a period of time, you'll catch me, bro, in there a lot of times on my face, bowing to God and worshiping God, singing music and dancing and stuff. But you talking about to a man, I'd rather slap him and take his wallet. He just like me. What I'm about to him for? That's what I'm saying. God put in the average human the ability to take a knee to a man. He didn't give me that ability. He made me different. When a man talk about me bowing to him, I want to rob him. When a man talk about me breaking or him breaking me, I want to kill him. It do different to me. I don't like it makes me get angry and aggressive. So if you trying to teach me something and you trying to teach me something by doing some kind of violence, that don't make me, it do the worst. You're not going down the road of breaking me. I think the way I get broke is things happening in my life that I didn't expect. Because I would be like, oh my goodness, God is so good. You know, that would be your time to slip some men in on me to where you could change my thought process. But me in the middle of a fight, boy, I'm going to sit there and bat you to sleep. Boy, you could put me on a hospital bed, boy. If I could grab something, I'm going to beat the snot out you. God put me in that light to fight. God got different kind of angels. He got an angel playing the harp. And most of y'all over here with Gabriel, it ain't nothing wrong with Gabriel, though. Gabriel cool. He one of God's angels. He playing the harp. And then God got another angel, his name Michael. And the Bible say he got a sword. And it's only one reason. God, it ain't no reason. Yeah, they don't carry sword. The Bible say they bear not the sword in vain. He not carrying no sword for nothing. Yeah, he gonna use that sword. Because there's scripture where the Bible say he come from the church with it dripping in blood, that sword. Yeah, I'm over there with Michael. Yeah, I'm one of them kind of Christians. Yeah, you used to them kind of Christian. I'm not that kind of Christian. You might slap me one time, and then as God said, turn the other cheek. As soon as you go to slap that other cheek, I'm going to try to rearrange your face. Yeah, I'm that kind of Christian. Yeah. God didn't say he said I gotta be humble. I'm very humble, but he didn't say I gotta let you pick on me. Where that scripture at in the Bible? Where God said you gotta allow yourself to get picked on while you watch other men who are worse than you, who get away with whatever they want to because of X. Bro, you done been a lost or tell you could take me. Cause I can't live in no fake world, no fake society. Y'all fake. You bunch of fake. See, I done changed. I was cool with it in my 20s when I was doing drugs. I was cool with it in my 30s when I was all them females. But I'm talking about right now, I ain't cool with none of that. I don't care about no drugs. I don't care about none of that. I just doing what God tell me to do. And he tell me if I see somebody disobeying U.S. law, I don't care how big you are, boy, I'm going to teach you some stuff. I finna learn you something. You know how many mighty men I done learned them? Like King David fighting that bear and lion. You know how many battles I done won? Fighting against these dudes. I'ma learn you something. I don't care how big you are, boy. The bigger, the better. I hope your city, man, I don't want no city, no 10,000, 15, 20,000. I want a city with 5 million. I'm trying to say New Mexico City. That's the only city that big in the world. 20 million, what the? But I want a city with 5 million. I want a big city. Like how Benjamin Crump did. Bring the city of Minneapolis to their knees, boy, 45 million. That'll bankrupt you. Imagine having to give somebody $45 million for no reason. It is for a reason, but I'm saying you don't get nothing for it. You don't get no equipment. You don't get no investments. You ain't getting no return off that 45 million. That's right. Slap the snot out you. Now train your cops to put their knee in another one's neck. I bet you will never see that on TV, probably from no police department in America. And I promise you, you probably ain't going to see the exact opposite from Minneapolis. because they can't afford no 45 million. I know that 45 million killed them. I don't care how big your budget is. You can't afford to pass out that kind of money. That's what we do. You rich, we gonna come take your money if you don't know how to treat people fairly. We're gonna take your money from you. I'm gonna rob you. Go listen to My Downfall from Notorious B.I.G. Yeah, boy, take your cheese. Yeah, that boy's eyeballing the rich. Come take your cheese. Take your keys. Yeah, boy, take everything you got, boy. Your drawers, too. Give me your drawers. Hey, you know that's funny, boy. Hey, you ever heard somebody say that whenever they doing a stick up? Boy, they done got everything. Oh, yeah, give me your socks and your drawers, too, boy. Give me your socks and drawers. I had to take everything from him. He won't stop. That boy a sweet lick. You see what I'm saying? Somebody telling him it's okay to do what he doing. Or he thinking that he could just keep doing or getting away. That's not how it works in life, bruh. That's not how it works. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care about that, boy. Go get your gun and your bullets. Real talk, because I'm not changing nothing. Nothing. You need to stop doing what's wrong. You could kill me. You still going to be the same piece of crap you are when I was alive. Every time you look in the mirror, your soul tell you what you are. So you killing somebody ain't going to solve your problem if you a piece of crap. You still going to be the same piece of crap, just like Manuel Noriega. And one day, them boys going to come knocking. One day, God going to come knocking, Jeffrey Epstein. And they going to come in that cell, and ain't no more kids going to get harmed again. One day, whoever you are, God going to come knocking, and ain't no more people going to be getting harassed again around where he from. Ain't none of them people going to get harassed again. One day, God going to come knocking, and he going to want a payment for your actions. And let's see what your payment is. Let's see if you die like Moses of old age in your sleep. And he slept with his fathers. You ain't gonna die like that. You gonna die like Manuel Noriega. Or if it's not violent, you gonna die like out there eating grass or something. Yeah, looking like a crow. Yeah, you gonna be a reprobate going around cussing this. Yeah, I done seen them. Yeah, he didn't seen your homeboy. You know you gonna die like that. That's how you gonna die. God gonna make an example out of you for all the stuff you did. You can't get away with nothing and trying to say, oh, let God deal with me. This is God. That's not how that works, bruh. The Bible says that God is no respecter of person and that it rains on the just and the unjust. That lets me know that God gonna deal with wicked people like he deal with the good people. Yeah, some good people gotta die too. The just, it rains on the just and the unjust. If you understand the scriptures, then you ain't gonna cry when that good person died too. We might say Kobe Bryant was a good person, because we gonna cry when Kobe died. Ain't nobody crying when Bin Laden died. You see what I'm saying? They did over there, some people, but most of the world's not. That's what I'm saying. But God said it's gonna rain on the just. And you just got to understand, once you have a certain level of wisdom, I just know things. I'm not going to do no stupid stuff. I know things. I don't have to do stupid stuff to achieve my goals. I don't have to control people to achieve my goals. I'm a salesperson. You say certain words and present something a certain way, they're going to buy it. But if you don't know that, you don't know how to do that. You know, with a dog, you watch the cops with their dogs. Bro, that dog's smarter than you. He could tell that dog to do anything. He'll tell that dog to jump in the helicopter. That dog will start flying. His ears will start flapping. Real talk. Them dogs smart, boy. You feel me? But I'm saying he ain't got to beat on that dog to get that dog to listen to him. He ain't got to beat him. He's smarter than you. Somebody's smarter than you. You know them people who got sticks and newspaper beating a dog. You don't never have to beat no dog if you got a relationship with him. Bro, you could ask my mama. I had a German Shepherd Lab mix. He was about a year old. And I told my mama, I said I could stick a stake between Roscoe paws and tell him to stay, and he gonna stay. He under a year now. A steak, a live steak. And Roscoe was gonna have a good day that day because my mama told me I was lying, so I went and bought a steak. Yes, I did. And I stuck a hot, juicy steak still with some pink in it. Don't cook it too much. The dogs like the raw. You know, they wild, they wolves. Now, I took that steak, I put that steak between that dog paws. You know what that dog paw did when I said Roscoe steak? Bro, I'm talking about that saliva on both sides was dripping down his mouth. He didn't move a muscle. I said, okay, and I turned around and walked off. And you know, he didn't go down there and jump on it. He just got up calmly and just grabbed it in his mouth. And I guess he said, well, Daddy, you up here trying to make an example out of me. I'm through with you for a while. He grabbed his steak and he went to a back room and just enjoyed his steak. I told my mama, you could train a dog. You could train without putting your hands on. Well, I could do stuff with people to show people stuff. I could teach people without having to muscle them. If you having to muscle them and disobeying the law, you don't know what you're doing. That's harsh, but it's facts. You don't have to muscle somebody to teach them or show them stuff. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you can't sell something to somebody if you muscling them. They're not going to buy that from you. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what to say. You got to know how to engage them. And you got to know how to show the value. Even if the real value of what you're selling in there, you got to know how to show them the value. Bro, I'm saying, like, listen, you see my BMW? If I take that BMW to LeBron James, what LeBron James got a value in that BMW? When he got a Murcielago, I can't even pronounce the word, boy. That boy got $1 million car, $5 million car. He don't see no value in no $15,000 car. That's what I'm saying. They got to see the value of what you selling in order for them to want it. If they don't see no value in it, they ain't gonna want it. And so when you teaching somebody as a teacher, they got to see the value in what you're saying, or if not, you going to just sit there and be beating them. And you want to kill your student. I'm a sorry teacher, so I'm going to kill my student because he don't want to learn, and I don't want to embarrass myself. But we've been watching you kill your students the last 10. Everybody know you're a sorry teacher. They just scared to tell you that. But I'm the one that God sent to say, thou art the man. I'm going to tell you, you a sorry teacher. You want to kill your student because you can't teach them. You don't teach people they're not going to learn with whooping them. You ain't had that girl that snuck out your house at 19 because you was sheltering her whole life. And as soon as she got a chance, she gone. You sheltering the dog. You ain't going to teach them like that. You can't teach nobody nothing like that. They got to be willing to learn, or they're not going to receive it. It's not going to be accepted. They could see it, they could digest it, they could touch it, but their brain has to you get that? That's how they learn in their mind. And if they're not allowing what you telling them to go in their mind, you ain't going to teach them nothing. You're going to be around there talking about killing the students because you sorry and you don't know what you're doing. Hire somebody who know what they're doing. I know how to teach a dog without putting my hands on him. That dog understands when you raise your voice, you mad at him. And that dog understands, so you got to learn how to whip that dog with your voice. At times when you don't feel like it, and the dog doing something that pleases you, you got to learn how to please so he could tell the difference. And he know the difference when daddy say this, daddy loving them. And when daddy say this, daddy mad. I could say, Roscoe. That boy tail gonna go between his legs. His ears gonna droop down. He might even knock his knees or wet the floor, so I ain't put my hands on him. Man, good boy, Roscoe. Come here, my boy. Come here, my boy. Come here, Roscoe. He know that's love. You ain't never got to whoop him. But if you don't know what you're doing, you behind the shed shooting your dog because you don't know how to train him. Now you going to shoot him because you don't know how to train him. Like the dog, the problem. Hey, the teacher act like the dog the problem because you don't know what you're doing. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I don't know what to do with it. Oh, man, that's my time, man. I'm up out of here, man. I be trying to educate people, man. It hurt them to know the truth. That's why I take them to court. Because if they'll listen to me and I tell them right now, and I tell them this right now, if they just listen to me, they'll never go to court. It's people who do it. I see it every day. It's not, they not weak. They not backing down. They just smart. They smarter than the other 5 who got sued. I'm not talking about Rich Dude. That's my boy. I love Rich Dude. I'm not talking about Rich Dude. Rich Dude got the money. He the richest dude in the world. He got 700 billion. He almost a trillionaire. So he feel like, oh, if I could do this and hell, it's fun to him. He trying to learn, but we ain't talking about him. We talking about where it started. You ain't got money like that. You ain't got 11 million. You ain't got 3-4 million liquid. You ain't got it. You talking about giving it, you ain't got it, period. So it's a different conversation. So yeah, you gonna be more guarded of your money if you only got 4 million liquid dollars and he got 700 billion. You gonna be more guarded with your money. Well, you can't play the game, you broke. Sit down, don't play. You can't play, you broke. Oh, you not playing no game. Well, you don't have the authority to try to tell people to do stuff that's not written in the law. And then the one like Jeffrey Epstein, who you do with written in the, you don't get it. I mean, how slow we are. You turtle slow or you slow? How slow we are. Well, why you being turtle? Because you 70 years or however you old and you know what's wrong and right. So while you trying to figure that out, I'm going to sue you about 10 more times, okay? And so if I get about 14 lawsuits on, you know I'm going to win 12 of them. With that other 35,000 I'm getting, you ain't never got to worry about me suing you again because you probably ain't going to see me no more. I probably won't even be in America no more. That's the game, man. If you jump out there and play the game, don't cry. That's all I'm saying. I'm not crying about nothing. I knew when I sued them that I wasn't going back to where I came from. Hey, let me say what I'm finna say. Because I'm going to tell you, they laughing right now, but when that judge finished with them documents, them cops going to get fired. I'm telling you, if they don't get them right now, they're going to get fired when that judge finish. At the end, if they don't get them before, they're going to get fired. They're not going to be laughing soon. And they understand that. So now you're getting serious. But you laughing the whole time trying to tell you, all you got to do is listen to me and leave me alone. We won't have no problem. A lot of times, God said turn the other cheek. I done turned 4 cheeks. He's still slapping me. I really don't want to sue him, but he won't stop. So now you get it. And now you crying, asking to stop and back. Nah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. So that's what that is, Patrick. I just try to tell him, like, I ain't got nothing against nobody. I love everybody. But if you violate the law, just don't do it around me. Wait till I turn my back. I'm saying criminal law. I don't enforce criminal law. If I see you selling weed, I'm not going to call. I probably won't call the police. I'm just going to be real. I know for my people, and I'm sorry, that sounds rough, but I just ain't going to do it probably. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You see what I'm saying? I was in hotels all the time. I was in one hotel, I seen prostitution. I don't mean no, she coming and we sleep and then, no, I mean prostitution. Right next door. I seen people buying drugs. I seen people selling drugs. That ain't my business. But if I see you discriminate, if you see you calling a black person a nigga now, you might have a problem. If I observe that, I can file that lawsuit. I don't need the person you call. You gonna have a problem, because that's my fight. Somebody selling drugs, that's not my fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not right and it's wrong. If it was somebody kin to me, I probably, you know what I'm saying, flip. But I'm saying, like, it ain't my fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's just real, though. But Pat, man, that's an hour and a half I spent. You know what I'm saying, y'all? I gave the outro 4 times, man. That's my time, y'all. Out. I got to get on down. Man, I'll say this. Saturday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time, man. I'm probably gonna go live before then, so y'all just pay attention to the chat and make sure y'all have that notification bell selected, man. So that's my time, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see y'all Saturday morning or before at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I keep saying Central. Y'all know it's Eastern, y'all. I'm out.